Welcome back to episode 256 of the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast.
The sun's barely up, I'm pacing the floor. Coffee in hand, eyes glued to the door. Tracking says out for delivery today. I'm a grown man, but I'm feeling this way. Every sound of the street gets my heart to race. Is that the mailman or just my neighbor's face? This is the life of a hockey card fan, living for the mailbox, package in hand. Oh, mailbox, you're my treasure chest. Each day's a gamble, I hope for the best. Running out the door like a kid in a race, dreaming of gems in a plain brown case. But when you're empty, oh, the heart breaks real. That hollow box knows just how I feel. Hiding those packages, sneaking in, so my wife don't know how deep I've been. A little white lie, oh, I've had this one for years. It's part of the hobby, but it brings me to tears. Can't even wait till I'm back inside, ripping tape on the porch with pride, pulling out that card, oh, the shiny sheen. Another piece of my hockey dream. Oh, mailbox, you're my daily thrill. Sometimes you're empty, sometimes you fulfill. Running out the door like a kid in a race, dreaming of gems in a plain brown case. But when you're empty, oh, the heart breaks real. That hollow box knows just how I feel. Neighbors must think I've lost my mind, checking 3 times though it's not the time. But this is my joy, this is my strife, balancing cards and my merry life. Oh, mailbox, you're my heart's delight. By day you're my focus, by dream you're my night. Running out the door like a kid in a race, dreaming of gems in a plain brown case. But when you're empty, oh, the heart breaks real. That hollow box knows just how I feel.
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a twanger about the mailbox and not as good.
Twanger about the mailbox, an ode to the mailbox.
Yeah.
Mailbox.
Nothing reduces us to pathetic children, like running out to the mailbox to get that card, right?
Do you guys run? I run.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I run. I definitely walk. I fast walk.
Louis backs out of the driveway.
Yep.
And then drives to the mailbox and then backs in the driveway. The one thing I am very guilty of is I don't wait till I get inside to start opening the packages. Does that make me pathetic? There's a lot of things that make
a little borderline addiction, right?
No.
Do you scratch your face really quick too when you're waiting?
Have you guys ever opened up packs in your car because you couldn't wait to get home?
No, I open packs in my car. I usually bring the packs from my house in my car, and then when I'm doing dad.
Oh
packs,
no, I was talking about like wax. Like, have you ever like bought like a
no
box and couldn't? Oh yeah, I've done that too.
No, I don't have addiction issues. I don't think. What?
It's 500 Shane
Okay.
Pinto.
I chose to purchase those.
That's what every heroin addict says. I choose to do that. All right. welcome to the show. Well, we all went to card shows this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of nice. So yesterday, Baba Louie and I went to the it's not monthly, it's like quarterly or something like that. How often do they do it? The Minnesota deal?
Something like that. I don't know. Just talk about it. I'll look it up here real quick.
Did you guys get a table?
So, no, maybe shut up. It was so packed you couldn't move.
Nice. Same with Ottawa. Yeah, jammed.
Monthly Minnesota card show.
Oh, I guess monthly.
Wow.
A lot of Pokemon. Like Pokemon is exploding right now. It feels like everywhere.
Huge.
It's 50-50 here in Ottawa now. I can officially say that half the show is
Wow.
is it Pokemon or Pokemon?
Yes.
It's spelled KIDS. That's how I know. For kids. Says us.
Except it's not, because they're spending just as much money on those cards as we are. Yeah, I don't. It's cool, but I don't get it either. It's just not my thing. I think there was 4 hockey tables.
That's it.
Yeah.
So is this a St. John card show or is this a Minneapolis card show?
It's a Twin City, so it's in a suburb called Brooklyn Center. It used to be really close to us, but it moved, which stinks because now it's like an hour away.
Why don't you guys get a table and
We should have.
you know, yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We say that every time we're there, but then nothing ever happens outside of that's kind of where the conversation starts and then where it ends. But and nobody in Minnesota has ever heard of our show.
Yeah, nobody in Ottawa. I'm telling you, I want to brand my truck. Like, do you like hockey cards? ? And then put Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast. There's lots of men. I look in their eyes. They're smiling, but they're dead. They're dead inside. They have nothing going on. Their kids are screaming. Their wife is driving. They're in the passenger seat, just staring at me out the window. Please, Phil, help me. So I think if I drove by and they saw Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast on my truck, they'd see like a beam of
Let's
light.
make that happen. Let's make that happen.
Yeah.
Well, you went to a card show too today.
Mhm.
Give us the report about the Ottawa card show.
Is jammed, man. I didn't have a lot of fun today for some reason. It was too busy. There was too many families looking for Pokemon. Like I didn't know what to do. I'm doing the show notes on an iPad in a dark, dusty corner. It was, and I don't sell cards really, right? So my buddy Emmanuel was there. He sold some cards on my table. I just have to plan it better. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I have to maybe do my interviews there. I got to bring a nice chair. I got to make a little oasis for myself in the corner. The coordinator's name is Steve. It's funny. Same with the expo. And they're very accommodating. So I'm need to think outside of the box on this one. I feel a little too rushy today. You know?
Yeah, gotcha. I apologize if I don't know if this was you, Baba Louie, or if it was Tori from our Discord who saw at the Minnesota Card Show. One of you two mentioned that the show promoters they're doing Pokemon only shows. Tori.
Really?
Yeah.
So that'll open it up more for the hockey or sports, I guess you would say.
Probably not, because I think they'll have just at the monthly show you can have Pokemon too, but they're gonna do shows no sports cards allowed.
Oh, we're getting we're dinosaurs.
Discrimination.
Bunch of boomers. Get out of here.
Yeah, you were crabby today.
I'm not crabby. I'm just really hungry. There's a difference.
Oh, okay.
What's with the Pokemon gangster culture? The tattoos up the neck and like 38-year-old men. I mean, I don't know. It's different. It's just the I don't get it.
Want to see my Pikachu?
Yeah, maybe. Well, someone.
Oh no. Here's the problem: is that we're in our 40s, so we missed the Pokemon thing entirely. Right?
Yeah.
We didn't grow up with it. They didn't grow up with He-Man like we did.
Oh, best.
And there's no He-Man. Like if there's a He-Man TCG, we would probably lose you, right, Phil? Like you would.
Yeah, I'd be He-Man. He-Man, I'm gone. Yeah, that's my big one. I'm a big He-Man kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 6 years. 6 years because my brother's 6 years younger than me, and he was.
Yeah. Yeah, it was late 90s, right? So we were in the late 90s. We were onto girls.
Yeah, wasn't it a Pokemon wasn't like a digital thing, a Tamagotchi? Like weren't they different? Yeah, I don't know. Just forget it. We're a hockey card podcast. We're getting off the rails here.
I do have to bring something else up though. If by chance anyone out there watching or listening did not tune into Friday Nights with Phil, you missed something that is hard to even describe or explain. It's pretty epic. Yeah, Phil, the slab cracker. We learned about this.
What are you doing? Why are you bringing that up right now? I don't understand.
Because it was amazing. And like I've told you before, I've had so many people reach out to me, and pretty much every conversation starts, "Oh my God, what happened?"
That's unfair. I did not have my tools. I did it on a whim. I even have my special little cloth I use I had none of my proper tools. I mean, I had my channel locks, but not the right ones. Yeah, it didn't go well. And then the card just fell out. Yeah.
The best part of it, you have to go watch it if you haven't, and make sure you have the comments up, because people were dying in the chat. They were like, it was like, I can't watch this, but I can't stop either.
Yeah, it was interesting. I'm excellent at cracking slabs. No one will ever believe me.
Oh. Yes, you're right. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
You're not good. You're not
And
good at all.
I bought that Gretzky. I thought it was a Topps Tiffany Gretzky. No, it's not a Topps Tiffany. It's ridiculous. I'm so upset. I'm like, why did I buy a card I have 15 of in the basement? Like, what? Oh God.
Well, I have a question about that. Did you pay a Topps Tiffany price for that, or did you just pay like a base card price and just like your mind just thought it was Topps Tiffany for?
So I'm a little upset at myself, and when I get upset at myself, I don't scour the evidence. I have not looked. So I don't know how much I paid for that card. I absolutely would not have purchased that card if it was not a Topps Tiffany. It makes no sense, because I have that card. Like everybody else listening has that card. And if you don't, you could buy it for a few bucks. The Topps Tiffany, I would think, would be around like 50 to 80, maybe even 100. I'd even pay, I'm scared I probably paid like 60, 70 bucks for that card, and I don't want to know. You could probably
just reach out.
Oh, I'm working on it. You just hold on a minute here.
Just look at the serial number. I don't know what happens is late at night. Sometimes when I can't sleep, I decide to get my coloring book and go for a dance with the clouds. And then sometimes I get too elevated, and then I don't know what happens. And then I wake up and mail shows up. I mean,
and you can run to the mailbox like in the song. I'm considering reaching out to the Late Game movie guys about making a documentary about you cracking that Gretzky slab. I could watch 2 hours solid on that. That was the greatest thing ever. So you have to go watch. The playback is on our YouTube channel. Friday Nights with Phil.
Yeah.
It was a great show. Other than that, too.
It was a blast. Friday was awesome, man. Loved it. It was a great time.
Some good guests.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sylvan, who didn't bail. He stayed for the whole show.
Did you see one of the comments? The guy's like, this show's too much about money. I thought it was about collectors. I'm like, what part did you watch?
Yeah, I mean, if by money you mean just like recklessly spending money, sure. But it's like you're the furthest thing from a like investee kind of talking head type. That's for dang sure.
Yeah, I don't take myself seriously on the card.
It's probably somebody that caught like 15 seconds of the show.
Yeah, it's fine.
When maybe like one sentence was messaged or something like that.
So yeah, I you know what I stopped doing, and it worked. You click on certain people that make comments, and you just check them out a little bit, and then you judge them ferociously, and that usually makes me feel better. So I did that in that case, and I'm like, I feel a lot better about my life. We can edit that out. Or...
Probably not. And then Louis plowed the roads again all night, so we'll see if he's awake by the end of the show. That's always a game when Louis' head hits the desk.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. All right, a lot to get into. Actually, I'm very, very much looking forward to today's show. Some really cool stuff to talk about. But a reminder that our show is a Patreon podcast. What that means is we really do rely on the support of listeners and watchers like yourself to help us cover our show expenses, produce what we hope to be more and better hockey card content, and then fund initiatives, even in a small way, to grow the hockey hobby. You can support us for as little as $5 US a month. Be one of our first 299 supporters. Forever have that title. You get exclusive access to our Gongshow Discord server. Chat with us every day. Do some of the fun stuff we do, like 5K challenge, fantasy hockey.
Yeah.
Well, Louis.
Boy, has my team fallen apart on that fantasy hockey. Holy cow, white flag.
Louis did something awesome today for Who's Hot. He did a poll in Discord and let the people choose who the Who's Hot nominee should be. So that's kind of cool. And it's if you do want to choose to support us, it's very easy to do. You can go to our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com. Then there's a link at the top called Become a Patron, or go to the Patreon website directly, patreon.com, and just search for us, Hockey Cards Gongshow. Or there's a link in the description if you're watching on YouTube or listening to us on a podcast app. And then finally, in our Instagram, TikTok profile, there's a link there too. And we greatly appreciate anyone that chooses to support our show. Okay, Louis. What's the game plan, bro?
The game plan for today is, wait for it. I'll get this dialed in at some point. But
that looks good, Louis.
We're going to start off with Get to Know Your Hall of Famers. Then we go to Who's Hot in the Struggle Bus. And it's off to Hobby News. Then it's the Philly Flyers, Hobby Mount Rushmore, some new product releases, Gongshow Mailbag, and personal pickups.
Nice.
Yeah. All righty.
That looks so professional, Louis. Wow.
Thank you, sir.
That looks great.
We are continuing our Get to Know Your Hall of Famers series today and are still making our way through the Hall of Fame class of 1950. So still on the third Hall of Fame class. Now, in this series, we're profiling every single hockey Hall of Famer. And we start, of course, with the very first inducted class of 1945. Today, we're going to be profiling our 23rd player, Allan Davidson. Thank you. Very interesting and honorable and kind of sad story with this one. Are we ready?
We haven't had a sad one in a while. 26 tuberculosis.
Yeah, something like
13
that.
goals, 4 games.
Well, Allan McLean Scotty Davidson lived from 1891 until 1915, passing away at just 24 years old.
Oh, I feel like a jerk. I was all right.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right though. Now he's mostly known as Scotty Davidson. So if you want to look him up or research,
I feel sick.
You want to take your foot out of your mouth? Should we pause the show while you go back?
No.
Wheels in the garage.
This is a good. This nutshells my life right here. It's
all right, buddy. We love you. Right. So he was a big guy for the time. Well, still today, big guy, 6'1", 195 pounds. Scotty played right wing and defense for the Toronto Blue Shirts from 1912 until 1914. And that was basically his career. Pretty short. Now, he did play in juniors before that in 1910-1911 seasons in both Ontario and Alberta, too. It was just his professional career that lasted a couple years, which did include Scotty Davidson captaining the Blue Shirts of Torontoville to the Stanley Cup in 1914. At the time, the Blue Shirts were part of the NHA, which was the National Hockey Association and the precursor to the NHL. In his rookie season with the Blue Shirts in 1912-13, Scotty scored 19 goals in 20 games, which was somehow second on the team behind another Hall of Famer that we've already profiled, Frank Nyber. The following season, Davidson was named captain of the Blue Shirts and finished in the top 10 in the NHA in goals with 23 and assists with 13. That year, and see when he's like 23 assists too, I don't think there was any sort of like secondary assist. I don't even know when the secondary assist became a thing.
That's gotta matter a lot, right? The secondary assist. I mean, that just opens the floodgates for a lot of new
points.
Statistics. Yeah, points. There you go.
Well, that year the Blue Shirts defeated the Canadiens to win the Stanley Cup, which was the first Stanley Cup for Toronto. Davidson would score 2 goals in the clinching game. Then when the First World War broke out in 1914, Scotty Davidson was the very first professional hockey player to volunteer for the Canadian Expeditionary Force. Once he reached Europe, he was assigned to the Eastern Ontario Regiment of the Canadian Infantry, and he earned the respect of fellow soldiers who would later write about his bravery and fearlessness. Now, there's many varying accounts of Scotty Davidson's death in 1915. It was in active combat, and I'm not sure the exact circumstance because there was like 4 different stories that I think different people told. but he was killed in action in Belgium fighting World War I at just 24 years old. Now, why, and you think about that. Can you think of like Jack Hughes, like just stopping his career and going in the army and fighting in a world war, or Connor McDavid or something like that? It's just crazy to think about that different time back then.
Well, yeah, Canadians, we were in the war for the whole 4 years. I think you guys entered like last minute.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, well, and then won it. I mean, I don't know about too much, but you guys definitely helped out.
Yeah. Now, why should you care about Scotty Davidson? By the time he left hockey to fight the war, Davidson was considered one of the top all-around players in the NHA. He was noted for his skating ability, and it said he could skate faster backwards than most players could skate forwards. And again, he was 6'1", 195 pounds, which was a pretty big dude back at that time. In 1925, Maclean's, which I think is a magazine in Canada, I looked that up.
Correct. It's a political magazine.
Okay. Named him the top right wing when it determined its all-star team for the game's greatest players. He was just 23 years old or 24 years old when he was killed, and his name is commemorated on the Canadian National, is it Vimy or Vimy Memorial in France, Phil?
Vimy Ridge.
Vimy Ridge, okay.
Vimy Ridge. Very important.
I've never seen that. What a cool memorial. Holy moly.
Oh, Vimy. Yeah, it's yeah.
So why is this place significant for Canadians?
Vimy
Is it
Ridge?
something about, yeah, Vimy Ridge.
Well, there was a big battle that took place, right? So I think Canadians captured most of the ridge. It was okay, hold on. I'm squirming.
No, that's okay. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, it's okay. It was a moment that really mattered. It was I would say it's a defining moment to maybe our like independence.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Well, or just in the war. Well, I mean, it's like, because in America, when we talk about World War II, it's Normandy, right? Omaha Beach, that sort of thing is what most often comes up.
Yeah.
Right. From like D-Day sort of stuff. And I just didn't know if like Vimy was, it sounds like it was a big battle or something like that. We can look at it later.
Huge battle. I know it was closer to the end of the war. Canadians were very, very involved in it. I know it's a place in France. Yeah, this grade 10 history, man. We definitely have Vimy Ridge Day. I know it's in April, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm 70%.
Well, once again, you're barely Canadian, but that's okay.
Listen, bud, we entered in 1914. You guys didn't even show up. Okay, sorry.
We're always late for the party, but we bring the big guns, Phil.
I know.
Okay. Now, when you look at the Allan Davidson hobby market, or Scotty Davidson, interchangeable, because his professional career likely, started after the 1912 C-57 set was produced, and he died in World War I before the next sets were made in the early 1920s. There's really no hockey cards for him. And this is a player too, where, we've talked about Hobie Baker on the U.S. side, where I think it's kind of a shame, given his sacrifice for your country and his meaning to the foundations of hockey and the precursor to the NHL, and that, being a huge part of the captain of Toronto's first Stanley Cup winning team. How's there not a hockey card?
Yeah.
For this guy, other than, we do have the 1985 Cardophilium set that we can fall back on. That's like the one thing that all these guys seem to have. And so this PSA 9 copy of Scotty Davidson's card was the highest seller. It sold for $50 US.
That's it.
In December 2021.
It's a handsome guy.
I don't love these. Yeah, it's good looking. I don't love these Cardophilium cards. I don't know why, but maybe I'm not really a fan of like sketch cards, I think. But,
yeah, and I don't like the word Cardophilium. What's up with that?
Yeah, it's a weird word, Cardophilium.
Yeah, linguistics matter.
So I'm going to go out on a limb here, Phil. I know you're not a Toronto fan, but I'm guessing this is one Toronto athlete you could probably get behind and root for.
I would agree, yes, considering I didn't have a good start.
It's okay. We'll mail the clip to his family. Don't worry.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Week 14. Who's hot in the struggle bus?
Who?
where we highlight 3 players that are crushing it over the past couple weeks. Then we point out 3 players that are, well, hiding their heads in shame on the struggle bus. Bill, you have any questions? Do you want to say anything, that you're going to regret before we start this segment?
Well, I can't. Then I'm off the podcast if that's the question. Are you going to say anything you're going to regret? I'm out. See ya.
All right, here's our picks for who's hot. I got to start. I
Good.
think for the first time ever, I'm really excited about this. Showtime. Patrick Kane appears on the Gongshow's Who's Hot list and certainly deserves it. So over the past 2 weeks, Kane leads the NHL in scoring.
Get out of here.
He does.
What?
4 goals, 7 assists for 11 points in 6 games played.
What?
That's
I know.
great.
I know. It's fantastic. Love to see him bouncing back from that hip injury that seriously has impacted him in the last couple of years. On the season now, Kane has 9 goals, 16 assists for 25 points in 36 games. So he's really cranked it up over the last couple of weeks. Personally, though, I would love to see him play more than 70 games this season. So if you, over the past 5 years, he's hit 70 games once. It's been a lot of injury for Patrick Kane. Also, if you noticed too, and you're watching on YouTube, Kane is getting very close to that 500 career goal mark with 480 at the time of our recording and research. He's second or third all time, depending on where you fall in the Brett Hull debate as far as U.S. goal scorers. Hull has 741 goals, Mike Bonanno 561, and Kane 480.
You know the answer.
I honestly forgot where you two squabble over that.
I don't squat.
We're not squabbling. It's just facts. Just the
Brett
facts,
Hull-
Jack. He was
Brett
born in
Hull-
Canada.
Yeah, he was born in Canada, but he's an American citizen if you ask him.
He's a dual citizen.
Okay,
Born in
but
Canada.
His records all have the American flag beside it.
Mm.
It's frustrating, I know. Well, we wouldn't let him play on our national team. I don't blame him. Take a hike.
Yeah, what was the story there? I want to learn that someday.
I think it was that. I believe we should do a deep dive on that. But he tried to. I think Team Canada did him dirty. I think. So,
Okay.
They didn't pick him, so he said, "Fine, I'm going to the States." And there it is.
Now, Patrick Kane is 36 years old, so he could conceivably, I guess, have a couple of years left him in 2. And currently, the Wings are 4 points out of a wild card spot. I'd love to see the Wings and Canes in the playoffs, but it looks like I was looking at the standings. That might come at the expense of your Senators, though.
Yeah,
You guys
let's
duking
be.
it out.
Yeah, thank you. No, thank you. I'd like Detroit to never win another hockey game again, and Patrick Kane can not do well, please.
Are they a big rival with Ottawa?
They're strongly disliked. I mean, they're not.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not. What's good about Detroit?
Would you if you had to buy season tickets
Mhm.
and your choice was you have to buy 1 season ticket with your money for the Maple Leafs or 5 season tickets to the Red Wings, which are you doing?
Oh, the Red Wings. The Red Wings.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
no,
it's not, they're like a minor.
I said I dislike them. I said I wouldn't run them over with my car.
All right.
Big difference.
Always to brutality and aggression, but that's okay. Patrick Kane, 2007 Young Guns, PSA 10 pop just 391, 29% gem rate. That is low.
Hello.
That's sold for $1,151 US on December 30th, up 26% in the past 3 months, 54% the past year.
Great card.
Wait, if you had to make, like 2 weeks ago, if I had said write down the list of players whose Young Guns is worth $1,000 or more, would you have remembered Patrick Kane or thought of Patrick Kane?
Not a chance. No. It's a great year though, too. Great design year.
Hey, we pulled one of these at Rip Party, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Or was it a Toes? It was Kane.
No, it was
wasn't
Kane. It was Kane. Oh, there you go. Wow, cool.
Yeah.
All right, Baba Louie, who did the
voted?
Discord vote on? Yeah, here we go.
As voted by Discord, I gave him the choice of Dmitry Vorenkov, Dustin Wolf, Connor Hellebuck, Matthew Nyes, and Jordan Stahl. And with 5 votes, which was the most for one player, at 31%, Dustin Wolf takes the Who's Hot.
That's quite the Olay pose there in his photo, huh?
I thought
That's
that was
good.
pretty good. Like, yeah, what's up? I won. right?
Yeah.
So Wolf's been playing really, consistent this season. It seems that the transition for him now from the AHL to the NHL is gone without a hiccup. He has one heck of a record so far this season in the Saddle Dome. He's 11-2-1 with a 1.98 goals against and a .936 save percentage. And even with sharing the net with fellow goaltender Dan Vladar, it looks like there's a good chance this kid could take home some Calder hardware every time he's in the net. He's playing that dang good right now. If he gets the nod tonight against the Blackhawks, it would be a fourth consecutive start and the first fourth consecutive start for either goaltender. In this season, Wolf has 14 wins, 6 losses, and 2 shutouts with a combined 2.53 goals against and a .916 save percentage. He's also tied at the top of goalie points with 3. He has 3 assists so far this season. He is a 2023 Young Gun with a PSA pop of 615 and a gem rate of 53%. His card last sold yesterday for $72 US. So far, this card has been pretty even over the last 3 months, though.
Nice card.
I've been dabbling in Dustin Wolf.
It's got a cool name, eh? Dustin Wolf.
Well,
I love his canvas.
yeah.
That's the overhead shot, right?
His last 2 years in the AHL, he was named the best goaltender.
Both years?
And
Mhm.
yes,
Damn.
and he was also the AHL MVP last year in 2023 as well.
Not
It's
too
good.
shabby.
Yeah, and and then in juniors, he won the 2 years before that. He won the trophy for the best goaltender in the WHL. So 4
Wow.
straight years in a row, he was named the best goaltender in the league he played in.
Well, he better be having the year he's having then, right?
Yeah, there we go.
Goalies are weird, though. They take them a while.
Yeah.
They're kind of crazy, right?
Kind of.
Well, they're awesome, and then they suck, and then they're awesome again, and then
Yeah.
a little bit of a roller coaster ride. Phil, who did you pick?
My pick this week. Yeah, I can't believe I'm doing this, but I am. Montreal is just murdering my Senators in the wild card race, but I will give kudos when I can and when they're deserved. And Nick Suzuki is my pick this week. I think Nick's a real stud of a hockey player, and I feel that he's somewhat forgotten a little bit, even if the hobby has ever even found him. I'm sure, okay, listen, Quebecers, don't get mad at me if Nick Suzuki's your guy, okay?
Did he learn how to speak French yet?
Yeah, I don't know. Youngest player to ever be named captain to the most storied franchise of all time in all sports at the age of 23 years old. So this young veteran has had a hell of a week with 7 points in 5 games. Is it the best in the league? No, but it's about 12th. So Caulfield, having Caulfield and Slavkovsky on the wings must not be too shabby, and that's got to help you out. But Nick has poise, and Caulfield's young, Slavkovsky's young. That's why I called him a young veteran. You need to have poise like that. He reminds me of Alfredson, and not the way he plays, but the way he can carry a team, a quieter leader. He has 21 minutes ice time a game. So he's definitely there. He's playing a lot of ice time. It's showing him how he can excel, and it shows the league not to forget about him. Maybe it takes a little bit after being honored the captaincy for Montreal to settle into the role, but he's definitely starting to deliver. I don't know, he pops in 20, 25 goals. I think they would be happy with that. I'm not too sure about his contract, but when you're named the Montreal Canadiens captain, you have to have that stoicism about you, right? And I think he's doing an excellent job about it, and he is putting up points. He's doing fantastic this year. I really thought the hobby market would explode for him after he was traded to Montreal, but in my opinion, I don't think it's blown up. It's just moving along well. It's not hustling and bustling like Caulfield or Hudson's, I'm not sure why. I don't know why, but maybe
you have Slavkovsky, Caulfield, Hudson, and Suzuki, and even in Montreal, there's not 4 hobby chases.
Yeah,
no.
and he's a big two-way game player, right? So
Laine in there now too.
Pardon me,
Patrick Laine, just say him.
Yeah, no, I didn't, but good call. Yeah, so he's like
another one.
fourth now, fifth. And he's so defensively minded. I mean, who's like, oh, I really like Nick Suzuki. He's defensively minded. Do you have any of his high gloss? Like that doesn't happen too much, right? So he's a 2019, 2020 young gun with a PSA 10 pop count of 1,130 with a 41% gem rate. Last sale was January 9th for $200 American dollars. And the card kind of just hovers. It's up 4.5% in the last month, but was down 30% in the last 3 months. So, yeah, he's my pick. Good boy.
I had his rookie Seismic Gold PSA 10 at one point.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I would never buy any of his cards, but I think he's a stud. And, you know, I don't want Montreal to do much better this year. They can do better next year.
Okay. Well, there she blows. The struggle bus pulls up, right on time. And taking his seat is Brad Marchand on the struggle bus this week. The 36-year-old Boston Bruins captain in his last 7 games played has 0 goals, 2 assists, 2 points, but is also a -11. Is that good?
Who?
-11? No.
But this app goes to 11.
Not in the last 7 games, anyways.
Yeah. On the season now, the Rat has 15 goals, 18 assists for 33 points in 45 games played, and is a -7 on the year. Now, since his rookie year in 2009, he has not finished a single season negative in the old plus-minus category. So, yeah, interesting there. Right now, Boston is in the first wild card spot in the Eastern Conference too, which is, I guess, good to be in the playoff hunt, but probably not what fans are used to. You know, I think Boston's been at or near the top of league standings and points for a few years now. It was also another soap opera filled week in Boston, which has been nothing but drama for months and months now. Do you guys see the whole radio rift or radio report that there's a big rift between Marchand and David Pastrnak?
Oh, not pasta.
All right, well, here. So local radio host, one of Louis' 600 favorite radio stations, WEEI, Rich Keefe, here's his quote on a show. Locker room was a disaster, and that David Pastrnak was at the center of it, and has told the team he doesn't want to be on a line with Brad Marchand.
Oh, my God.
Play for the Canucks.
Doesn't help.
This is ridiculous.
So,
is that true, or is that a rumor?
It doesn't sound like it. Marchand accused Keefe of making up the report and called it ridiculous and embarrassing. He kind of went off on him to the media.
Good.
For his part, Pasta called the report 100% false as well. Apparently, they're good friends. Their wives are friends, and I don't know in these cases. You never know, right? It's like,
yeah, that's man baby stuff. I don't want to play on his line. Like, who are you, Danny Heatley? Get out of here. That's ridiculous.
or Elias Pettersson and JT Miller.
Yeah,
I mean, that's exactly what's happening there.
The Vancouver of the Americas.
As the Bruins turn, I guess.
Oh my goodness, the balls have disappeared on so many. Anyway, okay.
Brad Marchand is a 2009 Young Guns PSA 10 pop 197, 34% gem rate, last sold for $452 on December 26th. It's about flat over the past 3 months. Baba Louie, who did you put on the struggle bus this week?
Jamie Drysdale, welcome to the struggle bus, young man. Over his last 10 games, little Jamie has 1 goal, 3 assists for 4 points, and is a -6. In an article from The Athletic, they believe that he is still trying to figure it out after the trade from Anaheim. You guys know who this trade was for?
Karagati.
Sure was. Kevin Kurtz from The Athletic said, Drysdale was acquired just over a year ago and remains what he was then, a player with an intriguing set of tools, which flashes at times, but has yet to completely understand the NHL game. So I figure he's got 40 games left to demonstrate, he belongs in future plans with the Flyers. I don't think he's going anywhere, but as a D, to me, I think he's kind of undersized, and I've seen some, bad positional awareness watching him play. I watched him play Saturday night.
Okay.
because I wanted to see the whole Cutter back in Philly thing for the first time, which was
Oh yeah, how did that
interesting.
go? What did the
Oh,
fans
yeah.
do?
They booed him. I mean, right in warm-ups too. It started right away. And
Nice.
the kid was in the boards all night long. Kind of felt, a little bad, but
Yeah.
whatever. So then on to that, right now I don't see much of an offensive presence with him. On the season, in 31 games played, he has 2 goals, 7 assists for 9 points, and is a -15.
Wow.
So now, I guess you could say that the Flyers are in a bit of a rebuilding mode. Flyers fans, correct me if I'm wrong. I know you won't shy away from doing so if I am. This is probably if you are, this is probably the best place for him to get out there and get some more game experience, get some more time under his belt.
Look at his career stats, Louis.
Huh?
Look at his career stats.
Yeah.
He's played 178 games and he's a -76.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
that's not good.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, Phil put his glasses on now. He's
Yeah.
Yeah, 178 games played, 12 goals, 47 assists for 59 points, and a -76. I was curious to know if this is what the Flyers fan base was thinking they were going to get for Cutter. And if I think I know the Flyers fan base, they won't be too patient waiting for him to come around, but give the kid a chance.
They'll kill him.
Give him time, give him time, give him time.
Yeah.
So, Jamie Drysdale is a 21, 22 young gun with a PSA pop of 239 and a gem rate of 26%. Card last sold for $11.50 USD.
Wow,
In
that's
November.
below the Pinto line. That's crazy.
Hey,
Yeah.
you be careful. You're gonna be eating those words soon.
I know your Pinto beans had 2 goals the other night, so you're riding high.
What's that? Sorry, Josh. What's that? I didn't hear that.
I know he had 2 goals, so don't.
Mhm.
And if you really want more sadness, best data I can find, card is down 59% over the past 6 months.
So he's a bust.
Come on, kid.
He's a
We'll see.
bust.
We'll see.
If you're -76 over 178,
KHL's calling you.
That's
KHL's
bad.
calling you.
That's bad.
Billy?
Bill, who do you put on the
Yeah.
struggle bus?
Yeah, very proud for this. My pick for the struggle bus this week is Josh Norris, former Michigan Wolverine Gopher killer. Joshy Norris is my pick of the week for bus struggling occupancy. We're going to keep this simple today. He's making $8 million a year until 2030. In his last 5 games, he's had 1 assist, 18 minutes of total ice time, and he's a -5. Great community guy, though. I mean, he goes on podcasts. He, helps out in charities and food banks. And he talks about video games and the weather. I mean, what else can you ask for a professional athlete, right? So Norris has had full opportunity to be a permanent first or second line center. But my boy Pinto has been playing so well that our coach has been putting Norris on the third line center the last few games to see if he can spark this little former blue chip prospect. I mean, at what point are you not a prospect and just some guy who isn't getting it done? That's where I'm going to lean to when you're 25. I think he's 25 years old. It's just not happening. So I know he's overcome. Okay, this is where people are, Phil, come on. He's had surgery twice. So he's had surgery twice on the same shoulder. Maybe he's hesitant and clutching the stick a little too tight. But guess what? He's one of the top 3 body check guys on the team. So I don't understand what's going on there.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's part of our solution, but it sure doesn't feel like it. He definitely, Josh Norris, and even Drake Batherson, they feel like guys who just don't know how to win. And maybe that's not fair of me to say that about them, but I don't have anything else to say because they're not winning.
You're trying to convince me the other day that the Senators should try to trade him, Norris, and Batherson for JT Miller, with the exception that Vancouver would probably never do that. But that you would, but I'm bringing up because you're of the mindset. It seems like that you would be okay with Norris leaving your team.
Absolutely, and I love Batherson, and I'd be okay with Batherson leaving. I'll leave it here. Ready? I'd even be okay with Pinto leaving. We need something. There's a culture of very I just don't feel like my team has men that want to win. I feel like they have really cool high school boys that, hey bud, what's going on, bud? Like, it's just like racing home to see their girlfriends after practice. Like, why don't you stay later? I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm being unfair.
You guys remember the Robin Hood spoof movie where they had this song "Men in Tights"?
Men in Tights.
No, I don't.
Maybe like your team like dancing around singing like "We're men."
Yeah,
we're men in tights.
I think a lot's going to change. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a blockbuster trade in the NHL. I feel like my team would be involved because we need a shakeup, man. It's too much. Anyways, Josh Norris is a 2020-21 Young Guns PSA 10 pop count of 806 with a 49% gem rate. The last sale was on January 11th for $35 American dollars, and the card is up 40% in the last 3 months, and I don't know why.
Yeah. All right. Who's hot in the Struggle Bus Week 14? On Who's Hot, we have Patrick Kane, Dustin Wolf, and Nick Suzuki. And then on Struggling this week, we're Brad Marchand, Jamie Drysdale, who has the ickiest plus minus I've seen in a long time, and Phil's favorite senator, Josh Norris. Slab Sharks is a Gongshow partner sponsor. We're very thankful for their support of our show. The current Slab Sharks weekly eBay auction is live. Ends this upcoming Thursday night. Be sure to head to slabsharks.com to check out all the cards available this week. And the hobbies, Baba Louie, Harry Hands Phil, and the ridiculously handsome Josh. We all actually the hobby voted on those names, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't make them up.
Harry Hands Phil? No, I don't think the hobby voted on that. No way.
They did.
No. I
like my name, but it's kind of long, ridiculously handsome Josh. Kind of hard to get out there, but I mean, if that's what the hobby wants, I'll roll with it. Well, we've all gone through the auction, picked out 3 cards, each 2 cards. We love so much. We love them.
We're doing this now?
Yeah.
I thought we do this later in the show.
Yeah.
What?
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're okay.
No, this is how the show works.
Okay, I thought it was a different format. Don't we have to do the Philly thing?
We'll get there.
All right.
Philly.
Philly. Oh, Philly.
Don't forget break time.
Okay. Gotta pee. We all know that. Yeah. All right. So we've all picked out a few favorites. I'm gonna go first. One of my favorites. I love this card. Is a 2020-21 Upper Deck the Cup. Alexander Ovi Ovechkin. Foundations quad patch auto. Gold out of 5. It features 4 pretty ridiculous patches, I would say. Very nice. All 3 color. Beautiful Oviato. And very nicely designed card by Upper Deck. Love it. It's a great card.
It's pretty standard Foundations. What deviates from this design product from the previous?
Just like the card. I like it.
It's a nice card.
Is that okay? Is that okay?
I like his auto's very nice.
I know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good call.
All right. My next favorite is a 2020 SP Signature Edition Legends Patrick Waugh, all-time Future Watch auto out of 49. This is one of my most favorite all-time Future Watches because the picture of Patrick Waugh. I mean, he's got the old school goalie helmet. He's got
mismatched
pads that
waffle
are
board.
totally mismatched and make no sense. Blue waffle board blocker, dark leather glove, and kind of like dirty pads, and a nice auto on it. I just think it's amazing.
Patrick's so dirty boy.
Dirty,
listen, you could probably find what game this is, because Brian Hayward, you could probably figure out a couple of games this is if you did enough research. For sure you could.
Out of 49. You don't have this card, do you, Phil?
I do not. I really, really want it, though. I saw the Brodeur today for 1,100. I thought that one was a little high.
All right, Louis. Those are my 2 favorites. What are your 2 favorites?
My first favorite is an 05-06 Parkhurst Alexander Ovechkin PSA 9 rookie. Now, I can't remember
anything.
There was that's very true, but I can't remember back up a few months ago, somebody in the mailbag asked us what our favorite Crosby or Ovies were the best, and I think it was either this one
No.
or the Fleer Ultra. I think
No
I'd
way.
pick.
This was someone's favorite Ovi card.
I just like maybe there was a specific question to it, but I don't know. Anyways, Phil hates it. I think it's a great looking card.
I actually think it's a nicely designed card too. Now, are you just like
It's okay? But it's for rookie year. This is what you'd pick. I don't know. Hey, to each
Well,
their
actually,
own.
this would be a rookie card because I think it is the base set. So
Yeah, rookie card, rookie year. That's what I meant.
All right.
And then
Welcome to the club, Louis. Phil just hates everything you
That's
like.
all right. Okay.
It just makes you just like me.
Crap
And remember,
on-
I'm ridiculously good looking. So
crap
get
on
that.
this one too.
Oh,
Next
that's
one is
weird.
an 11-12 Panini Limited Stanley Cup winners signatures. Patrick Waugh. First thing I thought of when I saw this dang thing is it needs to be like 24 by 36 or bigger in a frame on a wall.
Yeah.
Looks awesome. Just another one thing I love about Waugh is I like his auto. You know, it's different, but it's always the same. You know what I mean? It's
It
different.
looks like Klingon writing.
But yeah, it's not like Ole Lefse or Sid's autos or Wayne's all the time, you know. But this one just looks different. It's crazy to me how, you know, I get, you know, when you write it all the time, you could do it all the time. But I like that auto.
Can I say something controversial for a second?
Sure.
I don't like Patrick Waugh's auto.
I do.
And I think it's
not?
because I like autos that flow.
Mm.
Yeah,
And there's no it looks like Chinese writing is, you know, like very like staccato.
You can't read Mandarin?
No.
More of a Cantonese kind of guy, eh?
I just get by my good looks.
All right. Well,
So hey, look, is it my turn?
Yeah, we all three picked a Patrick Waugh card.
We all picked Patrick Waugh, the greatest goalie of all time, some circles would say. Man, I made a comment on Jeremy Lee's. I was like, possibly best goalie ever. Holy Pete, like, I'm not doing that again. Okay, so my pick for this week is a 2012-2013. Sorry, good listener. 2012-2013 Fleer Retro Patrick Waugh Essential Credential out of 33. Josh, this is the good one, right?
Yeah. Wait. Is that the same photo as his all-time future watch?
It is.
Go back.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
You sure?
What do you think, Louis? No, go forward.
Yeah, it is.
I'm thinking it is.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So great card.
Okay, great card. Yeah. I love it.
I today I've seen lots of essential credential cards, but I've never picked one up and analyzed it. And I did that today for you, Josh, because I wanted to see what the hoopla was about. And it was a very nice card. It was of a Joe Sakic. It wasn't you know why I kind of don't really pay attention to them because I don't really understand them. So is it always the yellow that is out of 33 or is just that out of 33 because that's Patrick Waugh's number?
There's no one set that's ever better because it's got the weird numbering system. I'm looking it up right now. And so there's always future and now. Okay. And depending on where they are in the checklist. So for instance, in 2012 Fleer Retro.
Yes.
This one is the now. So there were 42 players on the checklist, and Patrick Waugh is number 33. And so he's out of 33. On the future, it's reversed. So 42 is out of one, 41 is out of 2. And so actually the future, given Patrick Waugh's card number 33, is out of 10. So that would be the better one.
What color is it?
Those are pink, the kind of the pink and purple.
Oh, I like these ones better.
Yeah.
Okay, but now listen, but it's not the same for everyone. Because like in the now set, the same one this Patrick Waugh is, Sidney Crosby is card number 1, so that's out of 1. On the future set, because it's reversed, the Sidney Crosby card number 1 is actually out of 42.
Oh, I want one of those.
Okay.
Do you have one?
No.
They're expensive, eh? Probably these.
I only have one essential credentials, and I have the Pavel Bure future.
Oh, you picked that up, eh?
Yeah, that's the only one I have.
Well, so I do see. I know. I hope people are starting to get to know. I like the psychological and like the philosophical part of things. So I I get the want aspect, and more importantly, I see how the psychological went into play here, right? Like, so I've always seen these cards. I never cared. I grabbed it today, and I really liked it. So why do I want more? Like, this card has never really done it for me, and it's okay. But I know most people like it, and I know it's kind of iconic in certain circles. So it's funny, right? Like the FOMO. It's like now I kind of want it more. Now maybe I want to bid on this Patrick Roy, show it off, stroke my ego a little. You know, is that how that's working? Any psychologist, feel free to message Josh, and we can bring you on. But who knows? We're human. We're funny. We're predictable. So this meat vehicle Phil wants this card because everybody that knows me, I'm a sucker for some stinky brown leather pads, baby. So let's go. $300 is current bid, 305.
Well, if I were to talk you into it, what I would say is these are the first hockey essential credentials too. Essential credentials were in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
But remember, Fleer, Skybox, whoever made these lost the license, so they were never published or released. So that would be from like a smart use of hobby funds perspective. This isn't like the seventh essential credentials.
There wasn't essential credentials for hockey in 2008, 2009. 100%.
Oh, there was. No, God, see, no, I'm done.
Because I'm pretty sure I've seen some that
there was. Yes, there is 2008 because I actually bought a gift for my good buddy Baba Louie. I bought him a.
Yeah.
So, because that's the Sakic I saw today was a 2008. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I just don't know if there was a WA. There probably is, and I'm just going to be more stupid.
That's okay. I find these cards very fascinating, and I find them very confusing. So, instead of I'm going to be mature and say, well, I don't know, I don't like them. They complicate things for me, and I like simplicity. Like same with the PMG. So it's out of 100, but they're only out of 90 with the green, and they don't tell like, oh my god, okay.
I think we're actually both right. I will admit that I did forget that there was a 2008 essential credentials, but I do not believe that Patrick Roy is on that checklist.
Okay.
So this is the first.
So and that's if you like a lot of money for me, $300, and it's going to go for more. I don't like them that much.
This is the now, right? Out of third. Okay, so
out of
last week the Brodeur sold for $298. That was a PSA 8 though.
So I'm looking at things like this now.
It
like
says out of 30.
I don't want to have to explain this card if I ever need to sell it in 10 years. And I feel like I'll have to explain it a little bit. So
no, you won't. No, you won't. No,
you don't
Essential Credentials is a huge card. Like there are people that only collect these cards. This is a very easy card to sell. Incredibly easy. Yeah. And with Fleer or Skybox EX2000 coming out soon.
Don't you get out of here.
Phil,
you're putting a lot of eggs in that basket, brother.
I'm trying to convince you to buy a card I want so I can steal it from you.
Well, then you want this or the card we know how to speak of.
Of course I want that card more.
All right. My next card is. Can I talk about my next card?
Sure, bud.
Of course you can.
It's still a little stuffy there. Okay. So you're looking at a 2018 The Cup. No, it's not the Cup, is it? Oh, it is a Cup card. Yeah, I forgot. Program of Excellence. I apologize. Sidney Crosby, Connor McDavid dual Program of Excellence auto out of 5. Really nice card. It doesn't really get much more Canadian than this. This is going to help me right now. It doesn't really get
if it was covered in gravy, it'd be more Canadian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little cheese curd drippings on the side, and then
now I've got another comment on this. Can we still call it the Program of Excellence after the World Juniors?
So this card a Sidney Crosby or Connor McDavid, kind of a modern day Mario Lemieux, Wayne Gretzky, perhaps? I don't know. I'm ignoring you, Josh. So Sid's autograph here is a little meh, but it can be strongly overlooked by the entirety of the card. Sid's wearing one of our ugliest jerseys ever as a nation, but he's on a tilt and it kind of works in the card. So you can't really see it. You can't, I don't know. It's all black, gray, or black, red, and white. So it's very Canadian. Full disclosure, I struggle a little bit with Team Canada cards in general, especially a lot of the modern ones. This card conflicts me. So the current bid is $2,075. Okay. So right off the bat, seems reasonable. You got Crosby, you got McDavid, two of the best players to ever play the game. Beautiful card representing their country. There's something about modern day Team Canada cards that don't have a premium feel to them. And I don't know if that's because Tim Hortons has gotten in the mix or McDonald's cards from back in the day. Maybe it's because I live in Ottawa and there's more boutique tourist shops around here with Chinese made Canadian apparel, and it drives me bonkers. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit about everything, but I know this card's worth $2,000, but I would never, ever pay it. And I don't know why, and it upsets me. But there's something about these modern day Team Canada cards that I don't want to say try too hard or they're cheesy. They're not cheesy, but there's just something that would never let me. I would pay like $300 for this card. I wouldn't even pay $500. I'd probably pay $500, but there's just something about it that I don't get the premium of these cards. And, you know, the words excellence and Team Canada, like you were saying earlier, Josh, we don't really have leaders in this country that are promoting excellence in any category of any sort. So, I mean, it's kind of BS. You know,
well, it'll be interesting to see after the Four Nations and Olympics when we get back to best on best by nation.
Yeah.
That, you know, maybe a card like this, you look at it differently a year from now.
Yeah. I wish I liked it a lot more. And I love this card, but I wish I actually wanted to buy it. I would love a beautiful Team Canada, like big battle chest at home, and I don't have any.
Be happy that you guys have cards like this and stuff, and people are interested in them. I mean, I don't see USA cards flying all over the place and everybody wanting those.
Well,
so
we
this
have
is cool.
Yeah, but we have championships and medals, and we were mostly excellent for most of the years. You guys haven't been. So you don't.
Oh, we're the program of mediocrity.
Yeah.
But
you're working on it though. You're doing it the right way. So now we're the program of mediocrity. Whoa. Are you sweating? No. Sit down. Take a lunch break. Your boss is working you too hard. Oh my God. Crazy.
Well, if you happen to be a Canadian hockey cards collector like good old Hairy Hands Phil here, then we'd give our most vigorous recommendation to give Slab Sharks a shot. They make it simple to sell your cards on eBay because, well, they do all the work. All you got to do is submit your cards via their website or app, or drop them off with a rep at a local show, and then you're done. You can watch a good TV show like Landman, which I'm still enjoying. Phil, you could even be snuggling up with your new lady friend on the couch you bought.
I love snuggling.
Instead of listing your cards on eBay. I
don't
think
you
it's
know I
Slab Sharks
don't
a better option.
I don't list
do.
my cards on
You
eBay.
do.
And if I did, they're going to Sylvain.
Shh. Plus, well, that's Slab Sharks, so that's works. Plus, when you use Slab Sharks, your cards get listed in one of the most popular weekly hockey auctions there is. Phil, your eBay store sucks. Nobody goes there, and everyone hates it.
Such a jerk. I have over
sell your own
500
cards?
sales. Thank you very much. That's
Louis hates your eBay page the most, so be like Phil and use Slab Sharks. For complete consignment information, including payout rates, and get the process started today, Phil, write this down. Write it down.
no.
Head to slabsharks.com. And like halfway through it, you're questioning, what the heck am I doing? Every year I go and look up like 300 players and how many cards sold the previous year. So I want to see who like the big hobby chases are. And this is, of course, public sales through card letter sales history. It doesn't represent, deals that are done at the local card show or via Facebook, but it gives you a good sense, I think, of what players the hobby, chase the most in the past year. So over the weekend, I was a little bit behind this year. I got my 2024 research completed, and we're going to go through the top 25. So these are the top 25 players who sold the most cards last year. Now, some will be obvious, and some of the top 25, I think you guys are going to find pretty interesting. So, Phil, do you think Brady T, your guy? No, okay.
No, sorry. Yeah, exactly. No, he's not.
Way to be confident in your answer. Louis, you look scared. You don't need to be scared. It's okay, even in your kind of weird, creepy voice. It's all right. Okay, here we go. Now, we're going to actually, like a lot of times you do like 25 to 1. I actually want to start with the top because I think it's more interesting the further we go down the rankings in the top 25, where there's players like, really? Oh, wow. And the top guys are pretty obvious, right?
Candy's dandy, but liquor's quicker kind of thing.
That sounds really inappropriate. But I like it.
I guess Louis not part of the PTA at his school.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start with the top 25 numbers 1 through 5. Who here is shocked that Connor Bedard is number 1 last year? Everyone raise your hand if you're shocked. Nobody. Okay, well, 82,619 Connor Bedard cards sold on the secondary markets last year. So I did the math. This isn't a math show, but I did the math. That's about every 6 minutes and 20 seconds the Bedard card sold last year.
Are you serious?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
God.
Wow.
2024, 25, it could be a tough couple years for our boy Wayne, who comes in at number 2. First, he's, going to get passed by Ovi for the goals record, right, Phil?
Yeah.
Then he comes in second to Connor Bedard in total cards sold. Now, this is where Wayne typically dominates, but just 75,990 Wayne Gretzky cards sold last year on the secondary market. So he's number 2. Number 3, we have Connie McDavid at 48,205. Then number 4, Crosby, 32,358. And then 5 is Phil's Ovi Ovechkin at 29,104.
What kind of world do we live in where total sales of all Sidney Crosby and Alex Ovechkin combined do not equal Connor Bedard? What timeline are we in right now? Oh my!
We're in the Bedardapalooza. I mean, that was all last. Yeah, that was all last year. So that's the top 5. I don't think any giant surprises there. It is staggering, as you mentioned, to see how many Connor Bedard cards did sell. Okay, now we're going to go through 6 through 10. At number 6, you have Super Mario Lemieux at 23,754 cards. Then our first goalie in the top 25, Patrick Waugh, who we all picked for Slab Sharks. So, that must mean something. Yeah. 23,154 cards sold, number 7. Oh, Phil's homie, AM34, comes in at number 8 with 20,652 cards sold. Then Jaromir, who we call Yager and Phil calls Jaeger, is number 9 at 17,291. And then our first defenseman, Bobby Orr, number 10, 16,107.
Josh, do you call the Montreal Canadiens? Do you say it that way on purpose, or is that how you say that word?
I just like to say it that way.
Oh, okay.
Canadians, it just sounds weird because it's spelled different. So I feel like I want to say it different.
Yeah, I like it.
That
I
makes
like when you
sense?
say it like that. Yeah,
That's my thing. I'm
Canadian.
good looking and I say Canadians like that. So,
like
all right.
American.
Any comments on 6 through 10? Lemieux, Waugh, Matthews, Jaeger, or Yager?
Wrong goalie.
That's not true. You can't. I know you like Martin Brodeur, and I like him too, but you.
Nope. Yep.
Nope.
You think he's better than Patrick Waugh?
Yep.
Oh, stop it, Louis.
Wow. Okay, I want to hear the case. Now I'm interested.
He's not good. He's gonna say because. It's an IMO. It's an IMO.
Because it can.
That means, in my opinion. I've learned that this year.
Good job, Emo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Welcome to the last 15 years, Phil. Okay, we'll move on then to now. This is where it starts to get better in my mind. So, number 11.
Yeah.
We have Cole Caulfield, 16,104 cards. Then number 12, our second defenseman, Baby Bobby Orr, Cale Makar, 14,056 cards sold. At 13, our boy Kirill the Thrill, 13,565 cards sold. Then 14, Stevie Y.
That's pretty cool.
At 12,795 cards sold. And then number 15, our second goalie and the second best goalie of all time, Martin Brodeur, at 12,399 cards sold. Right, Louis?
Yep, he's the second best goalie, just like Brett Hull's American.
But he is American.
Oh, man. We might have to do like a goalie battle between Brodeur and Patrick Waugh. I like it. Number 16, Nathan McKinnon. I don't think he was on the top 25 last year. So that's interesting development.
Leo Carlson? What? Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, jumping ahead. Yeah. So number 16, Nathan McKinnon, 12,121 cards sold. Leon Draisaitl, number 17, 11,698 cards sold. Slavkovsky, you're at Slavkovsky, number 18, 11,487 cards sold. Then brother Luke, 11,315 cards sold. And Leo Carlson, 11,284 cards sold, comes in at number 20.
Luke he'll fall off of the freaking map. He won't even see it next year.
You're seeing a lot of 2023, 24. I mean, rookies, of course,
Mhm.
because that was a lot of those releases in 2024 as part of Bedardapalooza. But, well, one of the things that I was going to mention this later, but I almost wish I would have, like 2 weeks ago, had each of you write down who you think the top 25 players with cards sold in 2024 would be. And
I would have been
guessing-
very wrong.
Oh yeah.
Luke Hughes over both his brothers. I guess that's the prospect potential, but
yeah. Okay, then the last one at number 21, Jack Hughes, 11,120. Then Jeremy Swayman,
weird.
22nd. More Jeremy Swayman cards than, well, think of the whole host of players, right? That sold 10,485 last year. Matthew Nyes comes in at number 23 with 10,463. Lindros, number 24.
What?
10,451. And then Quinn Hughes is our last in the top 25 at number 25 with 10,012 cards sold. All three Hughes brothers were in the top 25 players last year.
Eat your heart out, Sutters and Stalls, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of recap, then I want to get your guys' comments on the list overall. So, of the 25 top players with the most cards sold in 2024, 16 are current players, 9 are legends or retired players, 8 are 25 years old or younger, 8 of the 25, 18 are forwards, 4 are defensemen, and 3 goalies. That's kind of like, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
From, where we talk about all the time, right? Goals drive the hobby. Now, here's the nationalities of the players of the top 25. So 12 of the 25 are Canadians.
Nice.
Canadians, not Canadians. 7 are Americans. So 19 of the top 25 are North American. You have 2 Russians. That would be Ovechkin and Kaprizov. 1 Swede in Leo Carlson. 1 German in Leon Draisaitl. Then you have Yager from Czechia and Slavkovsky from Slovakia. So those are the nationalities. Okay. First question, you guys. Who is the biggest surprise to either of you?
It's Swayman and Nyes up there. Not even
Oh.
Nyes. Yeah, I know it's Toronto, but
Man, definitely, I would say Swayman, and I wouldn't have probably picked Leo Carlson.
oh yeah, say thank you, Louis. That's the biggest one for me. Leo Carlson. What's up with that?
Well, as of right now, you'd probably, and I'm not going to say he won't be great or anything, but he's the worst player today on the top 25.
Yeah,
by
yeah,
a
that's
mile.
for sure. I'm glad to see Big E up there. I'm glad to see Eric Lindros up there.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a great auto too. I wonder, but then obviously that doesn't matter too much. Look, Jeremy Swayman has the worst auto. So
Yeah. What about like the fact that in the top 25 players that were purchased last year, 16 are current players, 9 are legends. That feels like
healthy.
right to me. Yeah.
That's good. That
Mhm.
makes me happy. I'm buying Crosby's up, right?
Yeah.
It might be the new generation's Gretzky to them, like Gretzky is to us.
So you think that if you a week or so ago, if you had wrote down what you thought the top 25, how many do you think you would have got?
Not even half.
Yeah, you would have.
You think
Yeah,
so?
you would. Oh yeah, yeah. Look at the list. I was just, I
I
think
wouldn't have picked Yzerman. I wouldn't have thought Yzerman would have legs like that.
no, but you'd have put probably McKinnon or Draisaitl up there, wouldn't you have?
Yeah, I probably would have.
Maybe half would be.
Luke Hughes.
I would
wouldn't.
get half.
Yeah.
Luke Hughes, I wouldn't have. Matthew Nyes, I wouldn't have. Swayman, I wouldn't have. Eric Lindros, I would. No one on this. Jack Hughes, Jack and Quinn are the only ones on this list I would have put on.
Everybody from 18 down, I probably wouldn't have even thought of.
Yeah. Is there someone in your mind that you're really surprised wasn't on this list?
Ooh, good question. If you gave me, if I thought about it for a bit, yeah. Well, anyone up to you? I'm trying to go through the teams in my head.
Well, yeah. Oh, never mind. He's right there, dude.
Who's a big prospect right now that like wouldn't be on there? Like not Will Smith or, I mean, Celebrini hasn't. That wasn't last year.
That'd be next year's.
I thought maybe Timmy Stutzel would be up there. Maybe, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I would have probably picked him to think he would have been.
Well, if you look at to me, I'm a little surprised by Leo Carlson and that Fantilli. I would have thought that Fantilli was a bigger prospect than Leo Carlson.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably right on that one. I was really high on him.
And I think so. The Carlson one, to me, I feel was probably the most surprising from that perspective. I'm kind of so Fantilli wasn't far behind. He was actually the first player. So he was number 26 at 9,894 cards sold.
Interesting.
No. I mean, I don't know. It's like David Pasternak, or Brett Hull.
Yeah, like Mitch Marner. He would have. There's one that I thought maybe would like Mitch Marner. I thought would sell more cards than Matthew Nyes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who had some big years last year? Like, not even goalies like Hellebuck. I mean, I thought Winnipeg would have a big.
No, Hellebuck is really low. I think that the next goalie was Askarov, Yaroslav Askarov.
That was
Really?
And then we even go back to like our Dustin Wolf kind of conversation. Askarov sold way more cards than Dustin Wolf last year.
Wow.
So I think smart people maybe put their money towards Wolf, but this is my opinion.
Yeah.
There's guys too that have like really small cases, like and I love this guy as much as like on fire Pavel Bure always seems to be, and maybe he just doesn't have a lot of cards. I don't know what the reason is, but he's not less cards sell than you would think.
Really? I thought he's a big chase.
No.
Interesting. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't
so-
off the top of my head. I can't think of someone who like Lucas Raymond maybe would have been up there. I guess I like your Pasternak. You would think because he's a big goal scorer guy. Nylander maybe. I thought Nylander's died out. I guess for the hobby.
Marner and Nylander they're like tier 3 or 4.
Okay.
Right, probably tier 4 is where I would put them. Even like. Well, here's like one going back to the Swayman thing. So remember, Swayman was number 22 with 10,485 cards sold.
Yeah.
Dominic Hasek had 9,862.
That was the goalie. I was like, why is Swayman ahead of that?
The other thing that's really interesting about the Swayman thing too is, and I don't have in front of me the numbers on this one, but way more Swayman cards sell than Ottinger cards, and I kind of feel like Ottinger's a better goalie.
Swayman's, I don't know. I haven't seen him in too many interviews but he's got left a bad taste in my mouth. That whole nonsense. It's going to take a little bit. I think I really just get mad at his auto sucks. I think that's what that's what ticks me off.
Remember that documentary that you didn't think anyone cared about? That NHL, they did a whole episode on Swayman. You should check it out.
I've never watched one episode.
Yeah.
So Vasilevsky's dead now, and what's his name from the Rangers? He's dead now.
Oh, Shesterkin. Yeah, they don't get as much love. No. So.
How about wasn't Adam Fox hot for a while?
No, not nowhere near.
He's too good at defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. The more I think about it, it's I guess it's accurate. It makes me sad seeing the Crosby Ovechkin combined isn't even closer to Bedard. But I think net positive the Bedard mania.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think net positive? Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh boy. Well,
I just the state of wax right now is really good. I think that the prices were too high, and I've talked about it before. I won't rehash that, but yeah,
yeah.
that's a great question. Is the hobby better off after Bedardapalooza? I don't think it's like dramatically worse, so I'm not gonna go that way. But yeah, I don't think it was the win maybe that everyone envisioned it would be. Last question on this that I have is: does Gretzky retain the top spot
Yeah.
from
Next year.
Bedard
Yes.
in
Absolutely.
this year? Yeah, I think
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think
100%. Wait a minute. Bobby Orr wasn't on this list? Oh no, he was,
Yeah,
right?
he
Was he
was.
on?
yeah, it was the
Okay,
first
okay.
defense. He's like number 10 maybe or 9,
Okay,
something like that.
Guy
Oh, yeah.
Lafleur?
No.
No Lafleur, eh?
No Gordie Howe?
I would put Guy Lafleur more than Gordie Howe.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. You don't mess with Quebec, brother.
Bobby Orr is number 10, and he was the first defenseman.
Okay. Okay. I'd like to see
Okay.
him stay in there. He didn't play that long.
Oh, but he's Bobby Orr.
It's Bobby Orr.
And you can't have baby Bobby Orr if you don't have Bobby Orr. So
That's
important.
right. That's right.
Louis, want to move
Yep.
on to the quarter century teams?
Yep. Got some more quarter century teams for us to do. A quick little recap. I'll go through this really quick. The NHL is announcing their first and second quarter century teams for each franchise that's existed since 2000. It was voted on by a panel of media, retired players, and executives specific to the club. These players are judged to have been the best for their team in the past 25 years. Quick recap. We went over St. Louis, Chicago, Arizona, Columbus, and the Florida Panthers. So now we're going to jump into the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Oh, Phil.
Yeah, all for Phil. Best season for these Leafs was a conference final in 01-02. Number of coaches since 2008, and they have had the same amount of GMs since 8. Maple Leafs first team: Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews, Matt Sundin, Thomas Caberlet, Morgan Riley, and Eddie the Eagle Belfour.
Oh, first team, really, over Cujo. Okay.
Your second team is
Wait, can we go back there real quick?
sure can.
Good forwards, obviously.
Yeah.
Phil, what's your opinion on they maybe struggled on the defensive side a little bit in the last 25
Yeah, I
years?
know. I'm surprised Morgan Riley's on there. I mean, Caberlet was good, but
Yeah.
I don't. No, Morgan, he's a good defenseman. I don't know too much about him, but
Sure.
solid, countable. He comes to play.
Okay. Thanks, Louis.
No problem. Now for your second team: Phil Kessel, William Nylander, and John Tavares. That's your forwards. On D, Brian McCabe and Dion Phaneuf. And goaltender, Cujo.
Love Phaneuf. Good
Is
guy.
there a funner name to say than Dion Phaneuf?
It's Phaneuf.
Phaneuf?
Yeah.
You can call
Is
him
it really
Phaneuf,
Phaneuf?
Enough.
but it's Dion Phaneuf.
I've had Phaneuf. I've had enough of this, Phil.
I've had enough of this. Phil the Thrill. I love hot dog eating. Kessel's the best.
All right, moving right
Now-
along to the Mighty
All right.
Ducks. No, you're done.
All right.
You got to move along here. Quarter century team stats for the Anaheimers. Stanley Cup win in 06-07. Number of coaches since 2000, 9. Number of GMs, 7. Anything shock you there?
I still can't believe since we started this how
Many
it's like
coaches.
a 2-year career if you're a coach in the NHL, basically.
Yeah, it's wild, eh?
And I would have thought that the Ducks would have had more coaches than the Maple Leafs. That's kind of surprising.
Sure. Yeah, I don't argue. I can't argue that one.
That's not
Well,
a
they
bad
were
first
hot.
team
Well,
there.
they were good though for a while. Had that little
Mhm.
stretch, but your first team, quarter century team for the Anaheimers is Ryan Getzlaf, Corey Perry, and Timu Solane. On D is
Mm.
Cam Fowler, Scott Niedermeyer, and Jean-Sebastien Giguère, illegal goalie pads.
All right. Yeah. I mean, no surprise there for me. What about you, Phil?
No, not at all. Big Scott Niedermayer fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a Corey Perry fan.
No. Neither is
No.
Bedard's mom. What? Who?
What?
I always thought it was Patrick Kane. I almost brought it up earlier, but I was like, no, it was Corey Perry.
Your
All right.
second team, All Korea. Bobby Ryan. Jakob Silfverberg.
Yes. Big fan of him.
What's that? Francois Boscheman.
Nice.
Chris Pronger. And John Gibson.
He's
Yeah,
on
you're
the
not a
trading
pronger
block, eh?
either, huh?
Johnny Gibson.
No, I've never been a Pronger guy.
Yeah, me neither. I don't like him. He's a bully.
All right.
He's a bully.
Ducks.
Jakob Silverberg is awesome. I was very upset when they traded him from Ottawa. And I was very upset when we still are. Do you know we're still paying Bobby Ryan money?
Are you really?
Whoa.
Oh, my goodness. It's nuts, man. Every two. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll be nice. Yeah. We're still
Well,
paying.
we all assume the Maple Leafs would beat this team, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
You agree, Babalu?
Yeah, I can't argue with you.
All right.
Yeah, you're right. Now to the Seattle.
Oh,
Kraken.
jeez.
Best season. Second round, 2022-23. Number of coaches. 2. Number of GMs. 1.
They should have left this off.
They could
This is like the ridiculous Mount Rushmore we did.
have. Yeah, well. Let's see what we got for a team. First team. Jordan Eberle. Yanni Gord. Jaron McCann. That's your forwards. On D, Vince Dunn. Adam Larson. In goal, Joey Decord.
The now popular Vince Dunn in the hobby drama, which we'll
Yeah.
find out. We'll get into in mailbag. But
Mhm.
Sounds like a country singer.
Yeah.
Vince Dunn.
Vince
he sing our
Gill.
song?
Right.
Oh, Vince.
Yeah,
Gill.
he sang the mailbox song.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Oh, to the mailbox. I love that.
I want to see what ridiculous, like what fourth liners are on the second team. All right, let's go.
Second team. Matty
Yanni Gord's
Beniers.
good. Sorry, Louis. Yanni Gord's good.
What?
I like him.
Yeah.
Matty Beniers, Oliver Borkstrand, and Jaden Schwartz as the forwards. On D, Brandon Montour, Jamie. Oh, who?
Something.
Let's leave it at that. Jamie O. And Philip Grubauer in goal.
Philip Grubauer.
Wait a minute. So Brandon Montour signed with the team as a free agent this year.
And he's already on it.
You don't have a big.
He's- Yeah, holy cow. Okay.
The toothpaste team doesn't have. Man, come on, man. Their colors remind me of like toothpaste.
I like their colors.
I like
What are you
it.
talking about?
Yeah, maybe you like brushing your teeth a lot.
I do. Okay.
Yeah, dental hygiene is very important. Also, scrape your tongue. It's incredible how many people don't scrape their tongue and floss. It blows my mind. You kiss your wife with that dirty mouth? Jesus.
All
Are
right,
you a
Joshy.
dentist until
What?
your cousins moved away too, or what?
Get out of here. I'm
right.
modern Greek. I'm not ancient Greek.
All right, Babalu, let's move.
My genes are strong. I don't care what you say.
Ooh,
Next team,
ooh.
Carve you guys up on this one.
Minnesota Wild.
Gaborik.
Best season.
None.
Western Conference Final in 02-03 with the illegal goalie pads. Number of coaches since 2000. We've had 7. Number of GMs, 5.
Okay.
First team. Marian Gaborik, Kirill Kaprizov, and Mikko Koivu. Defense. Jonas Brodin, Jared Spurgeon. In goal, Nicholas Ockstrom.
I can't argue anything there. Not a big Koivu fan.
You're not?
No.
Interesting. I thought you would have put I thought you'd be upset Ryan Suter's not on there.
I didn't even look at these, and I think I might just skip the second team because I have a gut feeling.
Heater?
Anyways.
Oh, he'll
Heater.
be Parisi and Suter will be on the second team.
Yeah.
100%. Just rip the band-aid, get it over with. Let's go.
Okay. Second
Oh,
team
God.
forwards, Andrew Burnett, Jules
Bruno.
Eriksson Ek, and Zach Parise. On
Wow.
D, Nikki Schultz. Marshmallow thrower Ryan Suter. And in goal, Devin Dubnik.
Dubes.
Schultz
Good deal.
over Brent Burns, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, dumbest trade ever, by the way.
yeah.
But
Didn't need him, right?
no.
So not to beat a dead horse, but
Beat it.
if Minnesota was so happy to honor Ryan Suter, that would irk you guys, right? Oh, please.
What are we
Like standing
honoring?
ovation, clapping.
I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
we're
think
gonna
I
have
don't think
him.
I would like wave my hands and go all crazy on our podcast, but it's pretty much come out that he kind of like destroyed the team culture.
Yeah. So why would you honor him? Like, wouldn't it be weird that your team would honor him?
I don't think they will.
I don't think
Do you think
they
they will?
So that's the difference between merit and not merit. Well, no, okay, wrong word.
They
That's the
didn't
difference.
they didn't want him on our team so bad that we've been in salary cap hell for 4 years.
Yeah. He's
Right,
just laughing
and-
it up, eh? Yeah,
Mhm.
well.
Yeah.
That's how I felt like when we honored Danny, right? There's the like he
I understand what
destroyed
you're
the
saying.
culture. I know. So
understand what
I'm
you're
just trying to give it relatable to certain people. Because I know it's funny, I freak out, but that's one that really hurts me. So Dubnik, eh?
Yeah, no. Suter's getting
Oh God.
Suter is getting paid by us and
Dallas.
Dallas right now while he's
And
on the
Dallas.
Blues. Yep.
What?
Yeah,
How did
everywhere he
that make
goes, he
any
gets bought
sense?
out. It's like,
Mhm.
let's keep signing him. That's a great idea.
But oh my God, this guy's just a killer, eh? He's just murdering everybody. Wasn't he a Predator, a Nashville guy?
That's where
Yeah.
he started.
That's where he came
Yeah.
from, eh? Yeah. Did they draft him? Yeah, I think so,
Yep.
eh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ugh.
All right.
All right.
This should be a good one. Last one for today. Pittsburgh Penguins.
Ooh.
Oh, this will be good.
So best season Stanley Cup wins in 08-09, 15-16, and 16-17. They've had 8 coaches since 2000 and 7 GMs. First team goes to Sidney Crosby, Jake Gensel,
Don't need him.
and Evgeny Malkin. On D, Sergei Gonchar, Chris Letang, and in net, the flower, Marc-Andre Fleury.
Zifflower.
Okay, so of all the teams, now we're like 10 teams in. I think we all kind of decided that the Chicago Blackhawks were probably like the team that would win in a tournament on the first 5. Would the Blackhawks beat Pittsburgh, or would Pittsburgh beat the Blackhawks?
Penguins would schmucker them.
Well, let's see the second team here,
Oh, okay.
because I'm surprised Gensel's up there. Billy Kessel. On forward, Chris Kunitz, Mario Lemieux.
Oh God.
On D, Brian Dumoulin, Brooks Orpik, and in goal, Matt Murray.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
So wait,
back to the
Lemieux
Blackhawks.
played 1 year in the 2000s. Is that it, or 2 years? Something like that. He didn't play more than that, though, did he?
No. I don't know. I don't honestly. I don't know. That's a great question.
Yeah. It is weird that have him on your second team, but no,
It's weird having Mario Lemieux on your second team.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah,
All right.
that's a bit weird.
Mm,
They had
Yeah,
Letang on there, obviously, right?
Did they have
Was he on the
Letang?
first?
I think he was on the first D.
Yeah, he was on the first
Oh.
team D.
Okay.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, Sergei Gonchar and Chris.
Love the
All right.
Gonchar. Gonchar is great. He one of the best players ever.
Lemieux played in 02-03. That was the end of it, I think.
No Larry Murphy?
No.
Larry Murphy was great.
Guess
And
not.
did he play in the 2000s though?
Nah, so probably not, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, a quick little goofy.
Matt Murray. Sorry, Louis. Matt Murray is the reason Pittsburgh's going to lose. Terrible.
Think so?
0. Not that I'm super strong up top either, but I'm not a professional athlete. He didn't have it, man. He just,
You weren't.
yeah.
Well, but they have Flower on their first team, so
Yeah, the perfect example of the attitude you need for longevity. Just blah, 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 blah. Matt Murray, oh man, in his head all the time.
Matt Murray. All right, I found a funny little. Shouldn't say funny. Lawsuits aren't funny, but I found this interesting. Little lawsuit going on between Ultra Pro and BCW.
No.
Yes.
Battle of the boxes, eh?
So Ultra
guess.
Pro International and BCW Diversified, both prominent manufacturers of trading card accessories, are currently engaged in legal disputes concerning trademark rights over terms commonly used in the industry. So back in June 2024, Ultra Pro filed a lawsuit against BCW in district court for alleging trademark infringement. Ultra Pro claims it has the exclusive rights to terms such as top loader and penny sleeves, asserting that BCW's use of these terms constitutes infringement of their trademark and that nobody in the hobby should be utilizing these words. So I brought up a couple pictures here. You got Ultra Pro, says top loader, and BCW say top load card holder. So I don't know. Obviously, there's something deeper in there. I didn't get into that.
Yeah,
but-
someone lost a golf game. This is how petty. Oh God, I know I'm ignorant to big high business stuff, but what a world we live in, man. I like with Billy and the Phil. Why don't you think we'd use tribute? Think about like I have no idea why. It's like
Mhm.
it's crazy.
So then here's Ultra Pro card sleeves, and then I did find they do have a pack called penny sleeves,
Oh,
but I don't know what the issue is because BCW say card sleeves.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
man.
mean, it's the whole thing like where I actually think that there is some merit to this. Believe it, I know it seems silly, but
Mm.
it's all like Kleenex versus tissue thing. Like Kleenex is a brand, and when the brand becomes so popular that it becomes the common vernacular for that product,
Or a product.
it does kind of create. So if you had coined the term penny sleeve, and you felt that that term was part of what made that product successful, then for your competitors to take that term and use it to their own benefit,
Yeah,
essentially at your expense, I could see you wanting to protect that right.
but
Now you have to.
they didn't until they got upset. Why wouldn't they get ahead of that? That's where my logic comes in. Like, oh,
Well,
well,
hey,
penny
don't-
sleeves skyrocketed you and you coined that phrase.
Well-
Why wouldn't one of the first things you do when you wake up would be go trademark that?
Well,
You
look
have to
at it though.
wait.
Look at the Ultra Pro. It says penny sleeves and it shows the registered trademark. So apparently they have the registered trademark. So if
Oh.
somebody else is using that, then that would be a trademark infringement.
Oh,
But
the
it
little
gets-
R. Well,
it
then
gets-
yeah, that's legit. Then I would say that's legit.
It gets really odd, and I didn't want this to go on forever, so please dig into this if you really want to see. But get this. Then, in response, BCW filed a declaratory judgment action in September of 24 in district court. BCW is seeking a court declaration that the use of terms like top loaders and penny sleeves do not infringe upon Ultra Pro's trademarks, and it's a generic term that nobody gets to own. BCW argues that these terms are generic or merely descriptive within the industry and have been used by various parties for decades.
Okay, well, so we'll stop right there. I understand what they're saying in that, but if unless Ultra Pro is erroneously putting a registered trademark on the term penny sleeves, they own the trademark. So I don't know
Okay.
what leg BCW would have to stand on
Okay,
that.
hold
if
on.
they're-
Now here. Now, this may have worked for BCW because Ultra Pro dropped this lawsuit and then BCW went back and sued Ultra Pro saying, "You've got trademarks on these and we're going to take care of that.
What does that mean?
I don't. What does that mean?
Flush them, get rid of them."
You can't
So now-
flush Ultra Pro.
You can't sue somebody to get rid of a trademark. I mean, that's
what-
granted by
I
the
get it,
by the federal government.
but that's what it said in this
Yeah.
Northern District of Illinois
Sure.
deal going on. So as of now, both lawsuits are active. BCW is seeking declarations of non-infringement and invalidity of Ultra Pro's claimed trademarks, and the outcomes of these cases could have significant implications for trademark rights and common terminology usage within the trading card accessory industry.
Yeah, and I don't know too if there's something about Like, I used to know this at a time because I've trademarked stuff before in my career.
Hmm.
There's trademark, there's registered, there's service mark,
Mm-hmm.
and copyright, of course. And maybe registered is that the trademark was filed or registered, but hasn't been granted. And once the trademark is granted, it turns to the TM. That might be something behind it too. But I don't know. This whole thing just screams of, this is why lawyers make a lot of money. And
Yeah,
does anybody win at the end of the day?
This
Who
is
knows?
the stupid. Like I know this is real world. I get it. Okay,
Mhm.
I get it. It's
Yeah.
not my world, and you want to live the rest of your life under fluorescent lighting and working on little dotting I's and crossing T's. You go right ahead.
If you're selling penny sleeves, which gets the name because they're basically worth a penny, and you're paying out millions of dollars in legal fees, well, there goes a lot of profits from
I
selling.
I really
penny
don't
sleeves.
think Ultra Pro coined the phrase penny sleeves. Maybe they did, but
You don't have to necessarily coin it to trademark it, but in a lot of it comes to like demonstrating that you're the first person to like. There's like an in use part of it too. Or in
it's
order to trademark something, it has to be proven that you've used it commercially
Right.
first.
spend the energy and resources in making a better products instead of
Oh no.
anyway.
Yeah.
Whatever. Well, it goes
I-
into there's all. I mean, they touched on one touch and all that other crap too. So this is just.
Oh, I'm
Bunch-
sure. Yeah.
Bunch of people
Whatever.
who don't collect cards. It's like sending the young men to war, right? But a bunch of people who don't have any skin in the game, and they just, I bet guarantee. Well, I said that once before, and I got called out on it. So
I'll just buy an ultimate holder and I don't have to worry about it.
yeah, there you
There you
go.
go.
Ultra who?
Yeah. Josh.
All right. Let's move on to the Hobby Mall Rushmore. We're back with our next
Exciting.
installment of Hobby Mall Rushmore. It's where we take an in-depth look at each team's hockey and hobby history. And we nominate the 4 most deserving players, in our opinion, to that team's Hobby Mall Rushmore. We call it Hobby Mall Rushmore because our selection criteria factors in each player's individual awards and accomplishments, meaning to the franchise, fans, and community, and then finally their hobby market. We're still working on the Metropolitan Division, and this week I'm taking on the Hobby Mount Rushmore for the Philadelphia Flyers.
It's a big one.
Now, will we win Neil, aka Expo Mom,
Yeah, you got
aka Irish Flyer Collectors approval? I did consult with him on this a little bit, so I have to full
Oh, you
disclosure.
cheated.
Oh, you can't do that.
Come
That's
on.
cheating.
No, I consult with people on all these because I want to get it. I am a man who's committed to excellence. I'm the program of excellence.
I
But
think
really
I
the
threw up
program
in
of
my mouth a
disaster.
little bit.
Here in the Gongshow. Okay. The first nominee to the Philadelphia Flyers Hobby Mount Rushmore is none other than Bobby Clark, who played all 15 of his NHL seasons with the Philadelphia Flyers. He was the heart and soul of the Flyers' Broad Street Bullies era. I think by most accounts, he's considered the greatest player in franchise history. His 1,114 games with the team is the most in Flyers franchise history as well. Clark scored 358 goals, which is 4th most in team history. His 852 assists is first, and his 1,210 points is most of any Philadelphia Flyer ever. In fact, Bobby Clark is the only Flyers player to ever score at least 1,000 points with the team to date. And with the Flyers, Clark was a 3-time Hart Trophy winner, 1-time Ted Lindsay Award winner, 1-time Bill Masterton Trophy winner, 1-time Selke Trophy winner, 2-time NHL First All-Star Team selection, 2-time NHL Second All-Star Team selection, and most importantly, won 2 Stanley Cups with the Flyers. Last year, about 3,700 Bobby Clark cards sold on the secondary markets per card letter, sales history way less than Leo Carlson. Of those 3,700 sales, 11 were for more than 500 US, and the highest selling Bobby Orr card of all time is this 1970 rookie PSA 9
Bobby
that
Clark.
sold for $4,200 US in December 2021. All right. Bob
Did
Clark.
you say Bobby Orr?
Bobby Clark.
Oh, I thought I heard you say Bobby Orr.
Did I say Orr?
I think so.
Did I? Louis?
I think so.
Oh, Louis didn't know. Louis sleeping.
Yeah.
Long night on the road.
I'm not listening.
All right.
Oh,
No
sorry,
surprise
Bobby
there.
Clark. Well, you usually say Bobby Orr, and so I probably did. Number 2, Eric Lindros. Spent
Oh.
8 of his 15 NHL seasons as a Flyer. He was the centerpiece of the Flyers during the 1990s, combining size, skill, and physicality to become one of the league's most dominant players. Only played 486 games with the team. I mean, that's not only, but a lot of these guys play upwards of 1,000, which is 45th all time. Bet you didn't know that, Phil.
No, I didn't.
In your next cocktail party, you can say, "Hey, I bet you be interested to know that Eric Lindros is 45th most games played in Flyers franchise history."
But he's probably what, top 10 for points?
We'll
I
get
would
in
think.
it.
Okay.
For his 290 goals is 9th all time.
Oh,
369 assists is 7th, and 659 points is 6th most in franchise history.
more than John Clare?
Don't know.
Okay.
Probably.
Hmm.
Lindros won the Hart Memorial Trophy with the team in 1994-95. Also won the Ted Lindsay Award for that season. Was a one-time first All-Star team selection, one-time second All-Star team selection with the Flyers, and consistently ranked among the league's top scorers, finishing second in points per game at 1.14 during his time with the Flyers. Lindros led the Flyers to the Stanley Cup Finals in 1997 as a centerpiece of the Legion of Doom alongside John LeClaire and Mikhail Renberg. Though they fell to the Red Wings, Lindros' leadership and offensive power were critical. Now, the hobby side is where Lindros really stands out, of course. Last year, per card letter sales history, just over 10,000 Lindros cards sold in the secondary markets was in the top 25. We just went over. 45 of those sales were for more than 500 US. And the highest selling Eric Lindros card to date is a 2022 President's Choice Gold Shield that sold for 2,250 US in July of 2022.
There's got to be high. There's got to. I know
No,
Card Ladder doesn't know, but there's got to be higher priced cards than this.
Well, public, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really surprised by this.
Looks like he's pooping. It's like he's on the toilet.
The only cool thing of this card is the patch.
Yeah. It's probably
Yeah.
the first President's Choice card that's ever made one of our sales spotlights in the history of the show.
Yeah.
Very
I
interesting.
mean, and this sale is on Card Ladder?
Mm-hmm. Number one.
What platform?
eBay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
The third player selected to the Flyers Hobby Mount Rushmore is Bernie Perrant,
Mm-hmm.
who spent parts of 11 of his 14 NHL seasons playing with the Flyers. In 486 games played, which is the second most in franchise history behind Ron Hextall, who played in 3 more games than Bernie Perrant. Perrant's 231 wins is second to Hextall again, who has 9 more wins. Perrant had a 2.43 goals against, which was 4th most in franchise history, and a .917 save percentage, which is 3rd most amongst goalies with at least 20 games played for the team. So he's not dominating the stats when it comes to the franchise all-time leaders, but he's not only one of the most iconic figures in Flyers history, but one of the greatest goaltenders in NHL history as well. His dominance during the Flyers Stanley Cup winning season solidified his legacy as a hockey legend. Perrant was a cornerstone of the Flyers' back-to-back Stanley Cup wins in 1974-75, leading the Broad Street Bullies with exceptional goaltending. In both Cup-winning seasons, he recorded 8 shutouts in the playoffs and made crucial saves that defined games. So
8 playoff shutouts?
In back-to-back years, he had 8 playoff shutouts.
Wow, that's
it gets more if you weren't on board with Bernie Perrant, you will be very soon, right?
Okay.
He was also the Conn Smythe winner for both Stanley Cup runs and won the Vezina Trophy in both of those seasons as well.
Oh,
in
someone was dialed in, eh?
Listen to this. In 1973-74, Perrant posted a 47-13-12 record with a 1.89 goals against average and 12 shutouts, which is considered one of the greatest seasons ever by an NHL goalie.
That's almost not even real.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Perrant's number 1 was retired by the Flyers in 1979 and was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1984. Last year, per card letter sales history, 2,450 Bernie Perrant cards sold on the secondary markets. Of those 2,450 sales, 9 were for more than 500 US. The all-time highest Perrant sale is a 1968-69 O-Pee-Chee rookie PSA 8 that sold for 5,000 $640 on February 2023. One of the hardest cards in the entire hobby to find in a top grade. That's why the top sale is a PSA 8. This set was a nightmare quality wise. Really was. I mean, I don't know if there. I could look. There may be like one PSA 9 or something like that, and no PSA 10s. Okay, so now we have Bobby Clark. Hopefully, I didn't say Bobby Orr, but probably did. We have Eric Lindros and Bernie Pratt. The fourth one was really tough.
Eric Desjardins.
Pelly Lindbergh.
More heartburn. I honestly thought about 4 players for one spot, and I don't even know if I got it right.
I have no idea who you picked.
Could convince for each, but ultimately I decided to go with Claude Giroux.
Oh, come on. No kidding. I don't know. That's a good pick.
Giroux spent 19 seasons and counting in the NHL, and parts of 16 of those were with the Flyers. 10 of those seasons with the Flyers were spent as the team captain. And he played exactly 1,000 games with the team, which is second most in franchise history. He scored 291 goals, 8th most in history, and 609 assists, which is second most, for 900 points, which is second most in Flyers franchise history as well. Known for his playmaking, brilliance, clutch moments, and leadership during both successful and rebuilding years. You know, there's not much from an individual awards perspective for Giroux. I think the case for him to make the Flyers Hobby Mount Rushmore is like longevity and consistency with the team in the era where he probably didn't have a great supporting cast, and had he been on a better team, his stats and awards could have been probably a lot better. So it's merely about sustained impact. Of the 4 considerations I gave for this spot, he also had the biggest hobby market, so that helped a little bit too. Per card letter sales history, 2,600 Giroux cards sold on the secondary markets last year. 2 of those sales were for more than 500 US, and the highest selling Claude Giroux card of all time is this 2012 Panini Prism Gold out of 10 PSA 10 that sold for $731 US 3 days ago.
Seth, good job.
Seth, take one for the team, Claude Giroux. Okay, now let's get into snubs, and then you guys can tell me if you think I made the right decision. This has been the worst one. Well, maybe me forgetting about George Vezina for the Canadians, but that was just me being dumb.
No,
so
this is a tough one, Josh. It's a tough one.
The first one snub is Bill Barber, and he's who I don't know. Number one, he's in Cooperalls, which is pretty awesome.
Sweet.
In the photo, he's the all-time franchise leader in goals.
Really?
420. Wow. He scored 30 goals in 8 consecutive seasons. Played a critical role in the Flyers' back-to-back Cup championships in 74-75, and has way kind of better accomplishments than Claude Giroux, but he has no hobby market, like none. So it's like, how,
that's 70s. That 70s era Flyers. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I don't see any hobby love in that. Bobby Clark with the missing teeth, and that's it, right?
Now, if this was a Flyers Mount Rushmore and not a Flyers Hobby Mount Rushmore, there's no way I would have left him off over Claude Giroux. And even consulting with Flyers fans, like, I don't know anyone that's a Bill Barber collector. Don't know why, but yeah.
Well, it's
the next.
I never even heard of the guy.
Like
so
Prop and McLeish, I guess it's like that whole era, right? Like, who collects them?
But again, he's the friend. I mean, I don't know of any of these teams where we're leaving the franchise all-time leader in goals off the Hobby Mount Rushmore.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Ron Hextall was the next snub. Most beloved and iconic figures in Flyers history. As a team's goaltender, he's known for his fiery, of course, competitiveness, his aggressive style, and his remarkable skill. He was the first goalie to ever score a goal in the NHL, cementing his legacy for both Flyers and league history. He won the Calder Trophy in 1987. Also, like our boy Connie McDavid, won the Conn Smythe as a playoff MVP in 87, despite the Flyers losing the Stanley Cup Finals to the Edmonton Oilers. And it just came down to Bernie Pratt is just above and beyond, was a little bit better than Ron Hextall. So that's why I left him off. My third snub was John LeClaire. He was a pivotal figure in the late 90s, early 2000s success with the Legion of Doom with Lindros and Renberg. During the 95-96 season, that trio combined for a staggering 255 points,
Wow.
with LeClaire contributing 97 of those, including 51 goals. His combination of size, power, and scoring ability made him a fan favorite, one of the most feared power forwards of his era. Phil, you're a big power forward guy. So
Yeah, he was a monster.
Mm-hmm. LeClaire helped lead the
Mhm.
Flyers to the 97 Stanley Cup final. Again, they lost to the Red Wings. A lot of teams lost to the Red Wings in the late 90s. And he, that's kind of interesting, became the first American-born player to record 3 consecutive 50-goal seasons in 95, 96 to 97, 98. So I, again, went with Giroux. Not super confident, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think that was a good choice. You didn't. What do you do? Pick John LeClaire over Claude Giroux? No. Yeah, Bill Barber.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't even. That's a weird one. I haven't even heard that name in a long time. I didn't even know. I would have thought Brian Propp would have had more goals than just in my head, but I mean, I don't even know if they come close. I have no idea.
How good is Claude Giroux now? Is he kind of a shell of
Great year.
himself?
Great year last year. I really thought he was going to bring. Now, I want to be careful saying this. There's quiet leaders. Okay. I thought he was going to be more of a vocal leader, I guess. This year, I think it turns fast when the age years come on. And I think it's showing up a little bit. And I wouldn't be surprised if they wanted to put him on, they're either going to sign him another 2 years and he'll retire here, or or I think they should send him to a team that has a chance to win. I mean, look at those stats, right? And he's an Ottawa boy. He's from Orleans. He's from a part here. So I think he wants to retire here. But I mean, if we don't make the playoffs this year, if I was Claude Giroux, I'd say I want out. Nothing personal,
Is he a fan favorite?
Yeah, big time. People love him. But he's lucky that people love him because he doesn't have that pep in his step. He doesn't have that jam he did last year. Not a lot. It
diminished a little bit.
It's like 15-20% less. And when you're getting up there 36, 37, you need that 15-20% to be there still, or people are going to notice, right? Yeah. Look at Crosby. He stepped on the gas.
Well, I want to know what Flyers fans think, because again, I'm not real confident. So please comment on YouTube or message us on social media and let me know what your thoughts are on the issue. But that is the Flyers Hobby Mount Rushmore. We have 2 teams left in the Metropolitan Division, Rangers or Blue Jackets. We kind of already decided Rangers, right? Then what?
It doesn't matter to me. Either one.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do Rangers next, and then we'll finish the Metropolitan Division with the Blue Jackets. Move on now to new product releases brought to you by our friends and partners at Mint Inc. If you're in the Greater Toronto area, the guys at Mint Inc. are doing a buying event this Thursday, January 16th. It's by appointment only, but you can go register on mintink.ca. Sit down with your cards or collection, and their staff will review, maybe give you an offer to cash out, put some cash in your pocket. That'd be good. And then also don't forget to register for the trade night. He's got that on the brain. This upcoming Friday as well. And remember, mintink.ca is the spot in Canada for all your hobby box needs and desires. They offer tons of other services like grading submissions, singles, memorabilia, breaks after dark. Ooh. Yeah. And then this is kind of exciting. On this upcoming Thursday show, Johnny A from Mint Inc. is scheduled to be on. He's going to give us a recap of the CDD conference that was last week.
Oh, fun. When are we doing that?
Check your email. I think, yeah.
I'll look tomorrow.
You're a busy guy. You're a busy guy today. Okay. In new product releases, though, we have a new set coming out on Wednesday, which means Phil's committed to the bit. He's got to buy
When's that coming out? Oh,
2024, 25 Synergy.
I remember.
You remembered. Now, Synergy, it releases Wednesday, January 15th. It's Upper Decks, we'll call it like their techie set. Lots of different printing technologies go into making Synergy. It's known for its eye-catching. Well, I actually asked ChatGPT to describe Synergy, so I got to mention that. So it's known for its eye-catching, futuristic design that incorporates bright and bold colors and acetate technology, making it stand out from traditional card sets. Now, Hallmark is the base in Synergy, and they combine acetate and die cuts in it. really probably from Essential Credentials, Phil, those 2008. I mean, that was, very much, what do you call that? When that sort of inspired probably the Synergy set as a
Influence?
whole. Yeah, influence. There you go. So we're going to take a peek at the upcoming set and try to figure out as a group what cards from 2024-25 Synergy that we should all care about and maybe be excited. Now, Louis, you look super nervous. It's okay, bud.
What's the hit in this? What's the big hit in Synergy?
The base cards.
The what? The face
Okay.
cards?
The base cards. Base cards.
Is it expensive?
We'll get into all this.
You just hold on.
Well, I'm freaking out.
I'm
I'm a little
I'm
tight
glad
this week.
It's about $12,000 a box for you. Okay. 2024 Synergy base set includes 125 cards. There's 60 veterans, 15 legends, and 50 sort rookies, kind of. We'll get to that too. Now, the reason why is there's actually like 54 rookies because they have like extended rookies that has like Connor Geeky, Macklin Salbrini. Ever heard of him, Phil? Macklin Salbrini? Ever
Is
heard of
Connor Geeky a real player? No, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Morgan Geeky's brother.
Oh, gotcha.
Matt Mitchkoff and Will Smith. Now, Will Smith, it's not the guy from Independence Day or Men in Black. It's a different Will Smith. Okay. These guys are extended rookie set. You got the picture, Louis? Right. Yeah. So here's like the extended rookies. Yeah, I'm not sure why they were extended. So long story short, there's 54 rookies. Now, here's the thing about Synergy base. This is like, I think Upper Deck does this in 2 sets. In Synergy and SP Game Used, where they try to make the base is the chase. The base is the chase. So the base cards are numbered out of 15.
So it's a limited print run set.
Yeah, but then they have a bunch of parallels that are all more common.
Oh, it's on the Bizarro Day. It's Bizarro Day.
Yes. Right. So the base cards are numbered out of 15, but then you have like the red parallel that's 1 and 2 hobby boxes, right? For vets, 1 and 8 for legends, and 1 and 5 for regular rookies, and 1 and 128 for the 4 extended rookies that again include Celebrini and Mitchkov. But that's not the only red parallels in the base set. Write this down, Phil. Again, grab your pen. There's red bounty code parallels as well because Synergy has a bounty program. And those have, a little bit tougher chase. And then there's a purple parallel. It's either that's out of 99 or an autoed version that's the number changes depending on the player. And here's like another example. I think of like a McDavid where like the base purple parallel, all autos in Synergy are sticker autos again. But yeah, I think the idea is, Baba Louie, right? How do you make base matter is making them Bizarro World, like you called it, where they're really tough to get.
Yeah.
But I don't. I've been thinking a lot about that. It's like, well, if the base is out of 15 and the parallels are super common,
I don't get it.
Does
I
that
don't
matter?
understand it.
How can something be rare and abundant? Right? Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
If something's a base card, it's not a base card if it's rare.
This doesn't scratch any itch for me on making base cards matter again. It's not what I was going after.
And I wouldn't say like that Synergy is my favorite. I do like acetate and die cut. Like that's why I like Essential Credentials. And I will say too that there's a lot of people that really do like Synergy, and I know that Upper Deck is really behind it. And
what's the theme? What's techie? Like you said?
Yeah. I mean, that's the. Now Troy never liked the logo because that was his hang up over this, and it's been around long enough where you'd have to assume that it sells pretty well, right?
Are acetate cards cheaper to make than a full production like timber?
I would think these cards are expensive, right? Because it's foiling, it's acetate, it's die cut. It's like they make the card out of acetate, then they glue die cuts to the front and back, like in some cases. So yeah. So, but the base is kind of the main thing with Synergy, and I almost wonder if it's like going back. I think the Bizarre World is kind of like the good way to put it. That it's hard for people to wrap their heads around that, and that's why maybe people don't understand or value it like Upper Deck would want them to.
If a hockey card looks really nice, I don't care if it's a Tim Hortons pack. I'll buy it. I
Mhm.
just haven't seen anything in the Synergy line yet that strikes my fancy.
Well, there's some inserts that I want to go through next, and maybe
There's some
Uh,
cool
I
ones.
hope there is. I hope.
yeah. Now, one of the things. Oh, hi, Kobe. And he's making an appearance. One of the things that Synergy brought back last year is StarQuest. Right now, I was really excited about this because I think, if done right, like the 98 StarQuest golds, as Louis found out with his Madonna and the Slab Sharks auction last week, is they go for big dough. That could be like a really good chase card as part of Synergy. Now, they didn't have a picture
Oh, Jesus.
this year, which kind of stinks as a preview. I don't know why you wouldn't do that, but there's a base that's 1 in 64 packs, and there's 3 parallels, and there's something interesting about the last parallel I want to talk about. So there's lime green tint at 1 in 150 packs. There's a purple parallel at 1 in 700, and then there's a gold at 1 in 3200 packs. And I've been thinking about that today, and it's like, wow, that is a tough card to hit. But wouldn't it be better to make that like out of 100? Like the original StarQuest golds? Because then I think you might have. You were asking, Phil. You started like one of your first questions is, what's the card in Synergy? I think if you made that StarQuest gold out of 100, that would be the chase card, and that would be the reason to buy the set. Out of 3,200 pack, I don't think that enough people understand. Well, it's hard to put that in an eBay listing, or that enough people understand
Yeah,
how tough of a chase that is.
that's
do
a
you guys
very
think about
tough chase.
Oh, it's incredibly tough odds.
I agree with you out of 100 though. I mean, if you're going to bring it back
Mhm.
back the way it was.
Is it going to be because we don't have a picture? Is it going to be like an acetate card? Because the StarQuest cards are a little.
StarQuest are foil.
Yeah,
So it was like almost like it had the sort of foil all the way to the border.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So is it going to be like that, or are they going to have it more in an acetate form, like clear cut
Last
does?
year's StarQuest was pretty traditional.
Okay.
In line with another new insert that we do have some photos for is called Colorways. I think it's replacing Cranked Up. This is an acetate card. It has a big checklist with 100 players on it. That's a mix of vets, rookies, and legends. Base are in 1 in 4 packs, and then the parallels go. There's neon yellow, which is 1 in 10. What you're looking at is a Shesterkin blue out of 99, and then there's a Zellweger out of 49, which would be the neon pink. And then there's a neon green out of 25, and then finally there's a gold 1 of 1
Ooh.
in colorways, and these look pretty sharp in the
Yeah,
photos to me. So
I'm
I'm
down.
kind of digging this card.
They spelled color wrong, but other than that, I like it.
Well, I spelled it the American way.
Yeah, you guys are so wrong about it.
Cast for Greatness is another card that I think a lot of people like. I wouldn't say it's a huge chase. These are the metal cards that come on. They're made out of metal.
Nice.
That they come out of Synergy. It's back for 2024-25. They're 1 in 60 pack odds. There's an auto version this year. It's really weird. This is what I wouldn't do an auto of, but I don't know, maybe people will like it.
These are pretty cheap. I have like 5 of them from Brady's rookie year, and
yeah, they're cool. And like you pull them and you think, wow, this is a huge hit. And then you go on eBay or whatever comp tool you use, and you're like, oh wow, this is all they're worth.
yeah, it's wild, eh? It ain't
I like
no
them, though.
doubloon. Yeah,
I think I
like
have a Lemieux Cast for Greatness that I enjoy. Now here's one. If you're a goalie collector, you might be interested in Waffle Boarded.
Oh, that's cool.
I like this card.
Obviously, Billy influenced.
I don't know. Yeah, it does seem like a Billy card, doesn't it?
Oh, he looks like a waffle guy. Eh? Yeah, meet me at the
You're up.
Waffle House.
Oh, not out of a vending machine.
18 goalies on the checklist. It's a mix of vets and legends. Pack odds are 1 in 44, and then there's a gold parallel out of 25. I don't know if this is the gold parallel or not. I couldn't see a number on it. Maybe the number's on the back. We're looking at a Jeremy Swayman on YouTube, and that could either be sort of the Bruins color palette there on the card, or it's a gold parallel, but you'll find there's kind of like the glitter bomb sort of background to a lot of these cards this year. All-Star Assembly, I think these look kind of cool too. It's an all-star card.
Oh, that has potential.
Minus the Bieber jerseys.
You know, big fan of the Bieber jerseys, huh?
What's wrong with Beaver jerseys?
Justin
Okay.
Bieber.
Oh, Justin Bieber, like Bieber, not Bieber.
Yeah, he designed all the jerseys for that year in the All-Star game.
Yeah,
bad.
we know, and that's
You can keep him.
no, you take him. We don't want him. We don't want him.
All right. Well, there's 25 All-Star players on the checklist. Pack odds are 1 in 32, and then again, there's a gold out of 25 parallel. This would be the base. We're looking at Quinn Hughes, right? Right now on YouTube. And then another one that's a rookie insert is Interdimensional. I thought this was kind of
that's
interesting
cool.
card.
It's
This
like
is probably
holotype.
my favorite one out of them all.
Yeah, it features 10 rookies. Pack odds are 1 in 128. No parallels, which is kind of interesting. It's like,
Nice.
should we have like cooler inserts that just have no parallels? Or
Perfect.
does everyone expect to be like the gold out of 25, right?
Well, I like gold too. Doesn't this look like a holotype? Maybe it's a living set.
I don't think it is, no.
No.
Yeah, we're looking at the Shimmy Shakes, Lane Hudson. On there, he's one of the rookies. Other ones out of the 10 are like Cutter Gauthier, Josh Doan, Logan Stankoven, and Macklin Celebrini. I don't think there's a Mitchkov.
Do you think this card is a hologram card?
I don't know. I think it's probably more foil, I would guess. Don't you?
Oh, I hope it's a hologram. So I'm excited. You know what? I think so far so good. I don't mind.
Needs to fix this dang chin strap.
Okay.
Well, look at it. Don't me. It looks horrid.
That was another Baba Louie Hobby hot take.
Fix your chin strap, young man.
Fixing it. There's a bunch of other cards. Again, we don't go through all of them. Go to your favorite checklist site to get complete details. Okay, Phil, here's what. Now, this is where you need to pay attention.
Yeah.
This is what to expect in a 2024-25 Synergy hobby box. You get 3 cards per pack, 8 packs per box. So 24 cards total. You get 1 total of an autograph, metal card, numbered base card, or rookie red SP.
One of each or all ors?
Or
1 of each.
oh, you do?
No, ors.
Ors.
It's one of those 4 options. Now, much like Allure, I would probably vote for something not an auto on this one.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, because I'm just not a sticker auto guy, but that's my thing. You get 5 total of number 1 hits, which is another insert, generators, monuments, new game, or start your engine. Those are a bunch of inserts. You get 1 of the following: All-Star Assembly, that's one we looked at with Quinn Hughes, All Synergy Team, D2D, Drop the Hammer, which is like an enforcer set,
I like that.
or Waffle Boarded, which is the one we looked at.
Wait a minute. That's like waterboarded, but it's waffle boarded.
Yeah, we looked at the card.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, I didn't click before then. Waffle boarded. That's hilarious because you Americans waterboard people. Right? That's what you do when you don't torture them. So
We're gonna send you to Gitmo and test it out. Now that new colorways insert that we kind of liked, you get 3 of those. You get 3 NHL impressions, 3 total rookie journey or synergistic duos, and 8 red parallels. So that's like your out of the 24 cards. Now, if you pre-order Phil, 2024-25 Synergy in Canada at Mint Inc. Right now it's about 150 Canadian, 149.99.
Oh, thank God.
And in the US, pre-orders of David Adams look like they're at about $109 US too. So it's nice to see, again, we're getting out of the whole Bedard tax thing with the 2024-25 products. So overall thoughts on Synergy, better than you had expected?
Oh,
or-
yeah. Yeah. I love the acetate. You know, I it's annoying. The sticker auto thing, I just don't think we'll ever agree with manufacturers, right? They're just going to keep putting sticker autos and we're just never going to want them. And all the new people entering the hobby are going to show guys like us the sticker autos and we're going to have to like smile and fake it. And then they'll have to figure it out. And then they'll hate sticker autos in the next year of their adventure. But after talking to my LCS, they need autos for their breaks, right? And so I have been humbled in that conversation, but I still I would much rather a wicked insert or a parallel than a sticker auto. You know,
Makes sense.
but overall, I'm pretty excited. You know what, Josh, you got me a little excited for Friday. Very
There you
excited.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll be, I can't wait to tune in and see what you get.
I want to like it. I want to like it. Yeah.
Fanatics Collect is a Gongshow partner sponsor. Thrilled for their support of our show. The January premiere auction is live. Runs through January 16th, Thursday. There's a nice showing hockey cards this month in the premiere. 7 of the 111, so that's what, about 5% are hockey cards.
You're funny, Josh.
That's a nice percentage. Well, 3 of the 7 that I found particularly interesting that I thought I would highlight quickly for us. There's a 2015-16 the Cup Connor McDavid True RPA. True. Out of 99. BGS 910. Nice patch on that, huh? I like it.
I like it.
Beauty. Then there's a 1979 O-Pee-Chee Gretzky PSA 8. If you're a rough cut fan, like I would suggest going in. There's actually, I think there's a 9 too, but I really like this 8. It's got a pretty heavy rough cut on the left, but a lot of the things we look for in a Gretzky rookie, as far as centering is off, but good enough. Registration's good. Well, actually, have you heard my theory of centering on this card?
The top to bottom?
No, left to right. So when this card's off centered exactly like it is, where there's the thicker border on the left than on the right, I've kind of trained my eye to look at the centering from the edge of the pictures. Like, like there's like the white column, and it for whatever reason, I see this card, I don't see it as off-centered as other people do. It's kind of like the arrow and the FedEx logo. Once you see it, you can never unsee it. Right? So
it's a window into it. It's a window into it. So if you just focus on the window,
And then the other card that
the top bothers me. It needs to be a bit. Yeah, that's what gets me. And I never noticed that. And well, hold on here. Let me sell better. Oh yeah, it's way worse. Yeah, back off.
The other one that stood out to me was a 2015 Exquisite Collection McDavid rookie signatures black out of 10.
Ooh, don't see these
9.5. Yeah, you don't see these very often at all. So it's a cool card.
What's this gonna fetch? What's this gonna? Yeah, that
I don't know. I think like what 12 or 15? Do you think or more?
Oh God, that just seems like a lot. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I understand the significance of it, and his auto even is badass. Eh, like that is good.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Well, these photos don't do justice too, because like there's like black foiling on the Exquisite stuff, like the rookie that gets kind of bled into the image when you on the scan.
Great card.
Oh, it's a fantastic card. Yeah. Now, if the premiere auction is too rich for your pocketbook, maybe like me, can't afford it. The weekly auction is more your speed. Be sure to check out the current weekly at fanaticscollect.com, and we'll feature our favorites, both vintage and modern, on Thursday's show.
That's heat, eh? That's a good job, Fanatics, on that one. I haven't said that before, but that was good. It's good cards.
All right, we got a good mailbag. I'm excited about this one.
Yeah, that'd be
so
good.
We're gonna start with Facebook and Alex. Help me on the name here. Alex Muse.
Muse.
Is that what you'd say, Phil?
Muse, I would think so. Yeah, could be wrong.
Okay,
but...
Sorry, Alex. I'll message us and give me the phonetic spelling of your name. Why does no one buy low-end inserts from Flagship anymore? Better if UD can make it more basic instead of making inserts that nobody desires to buy. And he's from Georgetown, Ontario. Since everyone is too cheap for shipping in Canada, Phil? I mean, it must be wanting your approval there.
No, he's right. Yeah, it's Oh, you know what? Yeah, because I think I had a couple of packages, some of the boxes. I don't know if this is a shot at me or if he wants me to agree, but both work. On Friday nights with Phil, I have a lot of stamps and I don't know where I got them from. So I slapped like so many stamps on 2 boxes. I said they both got sent back to me without postage. I didn't have enough postage on it. So I don't know if this guy knows that or not, but I emailed the people. I said, full disclosure, I didn't put enough money on it. Here's your tracking number with the proper mail.
Yeah.
So maybe Alex is taking a shot at that. Or it's just everyone is too cheap in Canada. Yeah.
Well, as far as this question, like, why doesn't anyone buy low end inserts from Flagship? Because there's so many products and there's so many quote unquote hits that Upper Deck needs to put in the boxes. There's just like a million, and there's certain ones that resonate with people and ones that don't. But I don't know, maybe the Flagship inserts get bought at retail and kids really like them, or
They do
like,
like them. Over Christmas, when I had boxes of cards, I told the kids to take whatever they wanted. I tell you what, all those game-looking cards, can't remember what they're even called now, those red ones
Mhm.
in Flag, gone. They loved them.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right, we're moving.
A good
Oh, go
insert's
ahead.
important. Like goalie nightmares from you guys seen that card? Like you got Connor
No.
McDavid on the they're great. I think an insert should be a little cheesy and gimmicky, right? I like that waffle boarding. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I want more weird stuff like that.
Instagram, Ray Borg collection. I assume that handwritten serial number cards are not autoed if they're not done by the actual player. Then what's the point of doing it that way?
You're saying a
I don't.
handwritten serial. You understand the question, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
you just read it like you didn't. My bad.
I was kind of thinking about it while I was.
You read it like a dummy.
Read it like. I'm pretty sure I read everything like a dummy. So there you go. I don't know. Maybe it just adds like a unique touch. I know that Upper Deck's doing away with it.
They are. I'm going after one that's like that right now. It's hand numbered but no auto.
I love hand numbered. Some people don't. Some people really don't like it, which I don't understand why. But
I'd rather not.
Really?
Yeah, if I had to pick, like I don't want my. Yeah, I think of a high gloss. Maybe that's a bad example, but or like an honorable numbers. Okay, I don't know. Maybe an honorable numbers hand numbered would be cool. Yeah, I have 5 honorable number dual autos, Brady Tkachuk and Keith Tkachuk, and Keith or Brady forgot to number 2 of them, so they're just blank. So I have one out of 7.
I don't think the player numbers them. I think
didn't do it.
Upper Deck does it.
Okay, well then Upper Deck screwed up because I have 5 cards, but only 2 of them have out of 7.
I have a big beef with whatever stamp they're using for the numbering that leaves like the rectangular like piece of tape behind it.
Yeah, the
I can't stand that. It wrecks the card.
Yeah, that is frustrating. Especially on a nice high gloss that costs you a few $1,000s. Yeah, you'd want that not to be there.
All right, Instagram, JMA 10780. What's your favorite horizontal hockey card? I love 97-98 Black Diamond Premium Cut Quad Diamond horizontal set. It seems to hold its value well. Well, that's nice. Phil, you got an answer.
Easy. New answered right away. 1990-91 Wayne Gretzky Campbell Conference card. Love that card. Yeah, our boy Richie, Richard that you don't know, but now you do know. He has a buyback of that card. And
everybody thought it was Cardboard Richard on your show from the Van City Card Show. That was funny.
Hey, Richard, Cardboard Richard who's the original? I don't know.
People in the chat were congratulating him on the Van City show. That was awesome.
That was so funny. That was so good. We're a bunch of dupes. Oh man, that was awesome. But what a good
Louis, you got it.
It's gonna super sound like a cop-out answer, and I apologize, but I really don't. I can't pick a favorite. I've gotten so into horizontal cards lately that there's so many of them are scratching the itch, and I don't know what to pick. I see I'll see a different one every day, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. I want that. Oh, that's
be our horizontal card expert.
I can be.
Yeah. Troy's favorite.
Yeah.
You can apply for that job. Interviews start next week.
Okay.
My favorite is limited logos, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry that doesn't satisfy you, Phil, but that is
it's an easy answer.
Well, sometimes the easy answer is the right answer.
Yeah.
All right, Troy.
Instagram, Cards AH. Which player has the least hobby value versus success or skill in the NHL? Barkov, Eichel, Louis, you got a pick for this one?
Players hobby value.
Rantanen's my pick.
Yes. Yeah.
Kucherov would be mine.
Kucherov, Rantanen. I can't argue with those two. Pick another one. Pasta.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. What's a better product for a beginner? SPA, flagship, or Updog? Is he mean like what's Updog? Is that the
Yeah, I didn't know if there was a set. I didn't know. Or does
flagship?
UD stand for UD dog? Is you upper deck dog? Is that a?
But I think when you say like what's and the answer is Updog, it's what's Updog. Get it? How it starts with the what's?
I can't see the screen. I'm just listening to your words.
Hey, you're blind. To me, flagship's the obvious answer.
Yeah,
Flagship.
flagship. Vote for flagship me as well.
Make flagship great again.
I know,
Stells.
right?
Stell's 20. He said, could you look back into the ratio of Young Guns, Base, Outburst, Deluxe, etc., looking at last year's sets? I will do that, Stells. It takes a long time. I'll add it to the list.
What does he
Couldn't do it
mean?
for today. Looking back at like the values, like what's the ratio of value between like a base Young Guns versus a Deluxe versus a Outburst Silver,
Okay,
clear
gotcha.
cut, that sort of thing. Instagram, Jay Wonger 17. What sets tend to hold their value best besides the cup? Phil, what's your answer?
I would say none of them. Well, no, I wouldn't look at your question as what sets tend to hold their value. I would look at what cards within certain sets would hold their value. Cup, generally cards hold their value, but there are some that don't, like the top draft day marks. I mean, not many people like them. The show cards are okay, but you know, I don't know. I don't know if they hold their value, but something like a Future Watch card would strongly hold its value. So I wouldn't want to say SPA holds its value. I would want to look a little deeper. There's levels to this game, brother. And yeah, you want to look at iconic cards that last, right? That have legs. So Young Guns, Future Watch autos, honorable numbers we were just talking about. There's, I mean, we all have our favorites, but I would look at those because I believe we're in the, Josh, help me out, junk variety parallel era?
Yeah, junk variety era.
Junk variety area.
Junk variety parallel area. Era.
Yeah, so
I agree with.
I would adjust the question. I would say what cards tend to hold their value.
I agree with what you said, but if in the spirit of his question, if you looked at the set with the most different cards that tend to hold their value, I thought of O-Pee-Chee Platinum because
good
there's
call.
a lot of and they're all parallels, but the Seismic Golds hold their value pretty well, the Emerald Surges, and really that set is about those cards. It's not really an insert set or anything like that. It's about the base and retro parallels. But
so Josh answered your question. I changed your question and answered it.
I just won't answer it.
Yeah.
Instagram, QC Silver 79. Hey guys, question about Young Guns Canvas versus Young Gun Values. I'm in Montreal. So let's take Lane Hudson Shimmy Shakes Young Guns Canvas, which is currently selling higher than the regular Young Guns, which isn't the usual case if you compare other Young Guns, even for other Montreal players like Caulfield or Slavkovsky. Any thoughts on that? Is it overpriced due to anticipation of potential Calder? FOMO? We'll wait for your input. Thanks. Phil.
I believe that all canvas cards, when they first come out as a Young Gun, are usually more expensive because it's usually a better picture. It's better. It's just a nicer card. Then wait a few months or 6, 7, 8, 9. No rhyme, no reason. They will dip. I don't think there's one card. I do not think there's one Young Guns canvas card to date that is worth more than the Young Guns card. Why? Yeah. I don't know. I just accept it. It's not a good answer, but it's a realistic one.
I think it's the right answer. Yeah, I mean, it's over. Eventually, it'll flip flop. I'm a little surprised it hasn't already, but who knows? One of the things that I looked into is maybe it's a segment topic for an upcoming show. I think you guys would be surprised and not not, I don't know if disappointed is the right word, but underwhelmed is it maybe a good word, in how few of like Young Guns from Series 1 are selling.
Of this year?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm not talking about like even value. I'm talking about just like total sales.
Interesting.
It's a paltry. And again, we're coming after the whole Bedard thing, so maybe that we're having to recalibrate there, but Instagram, Crosby's card donations. Question for Josh. That's me. Because the Wild are only Louis' 15.5 favorite team.
I love it.
17.5.
Fifth. 5. How optimistic are you that with the Parisi and Marshmallow Thrower cap space becoming available and Zeev Biome, I gotta learn to say his name, Biome, who, like, holy cow, if you're a Wild fan, you are very excited based on the World Championships. I think we stole him. We stole him, Phil.
Beautiful
He's ours
pass.
and you can't have him. Oh, he could be with Faber. That could be the 15 years, Louis, of pure blue line bliss for our Minnesota. We'll screw it up. We'll screw it up. Don't worry. Says they'll be maybe as good or better than Fox, only a little behind Makar. He's a stud.
I can't answer this question because my heart's too much into it.
Yeah. The Wild desperately, and have been on a year search. And I think, honestly, to keep Kaprizov here for the long term, that we need to find a real center.
Yeah. Well, you
and
got.
I hope amongst hopes they use that money to do that.
Really
Marco
happy.
Rossi's been fine, but you got a comment?
I was happy when you guys got him in the draft, man. He looks like the real deal. I agree with Crosby card donations here.
We'll see. Yeah. Now, will the Vikings win tomorrow night, Louis? What do you think about that?
Or tonight, because you guys did real good last week, eh?
Yeah. So my brother-in-law, they moved the game to Arizona.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he kind of jumped on it. He happened to be in Phoenix. He's today, and he got tickets for $125.
Is that I would assume
for an NFL playoff game? Holy cow.
Yeah, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2.
Oh,
yeah,
crazy.
All right, Instagram CClem10. Having been around the hobby for some time now, it feels like the whole patch auto craze is getting out of hand. Sometimes it feels as though there is a growing number of collectors who disregard great standard cards. Maybe just base cards or something like that. One could also argue that the infatuation with patches and autos has created an elite tier that the average collector or someone who is normal income can't justify joining. I love casually collecting, but this does make me a little poopy. Am I out to lunch on this one, fellows? Go Oilers. What do you think on this?
Go ahead, Louis.
Yeah, he's right up my alley. Sometimes this is a lot of the ways I feel. Patch auto cards, prices, they're just, a lot of them are untouchable for some people. I can't go get a Nico. I can't go get a Heischer flop. It ain't gonna happen. I'm not dropping $1,000 on a card or more. It's just.
But you will in 5 years, 10 years. Look at the Modano patch autos you have now, and he's one of the greatest players of all time. You can pick him up. You just got to wait it out. C-Clem or Clep C.lem10
underscore.
Yeah.
underscore. Yeah. So I like all cards. So to try and find joy in what you like and stay in that lane. That's what works for me. I like patch autos. And I'm a big high gloss guy too, and I love a good cheesy insert. You find some joy. There's so much hobby, and yes, Louis does have a point when he's agreeing with you. I would love a Crosby rookie patch auto. That's probably never going to happen for me. Not for at least 20 years. I'll have to sell Hasselhoff or something, or rent them out, or I don't know. But I hear what you're saying, but. There are a lot of other Crosby cards that I am in the game for, and I do enjoy the hunt, and I'm going to go look for those. So, flip the frown upside down. You can do it.
Yep. That's exactly what I did. Do not get frustrated and be like, dang it, I want this. I can't get this. I hate this. I don't want to do this anymore. There's a gazillion other cool cards out there to go after.
Lots of roads to drive
get
on.
them. That's what I did. I'm having fun with it. I still love it. Heck, I still go and buy $2 holographics on eBay.
He does.
Love it. It's great.
My whole thoughts on patches has dramatically shifted in the past year. I'm personally kind of trending towards out on RPAs.
Yeah.
And because the game worn thing is becoming really, really important to me in a patch. And gosh, you think of spending $200,000 on a McDavid, PSA 10 RPA, and I understand what it is. I understand the significance that it's this rookie patch auto from the Cup, right? But it's like an event worn jersey,
Right.
and I don't know. It's like I want like the provenance of the material is really really important to me now. So I think I would rather have like a second year or third year limited logos or something like that, or game that has a game use. I know limited logos rookies are game use, but um yeah, this just seems like, and it's good news for me because those cards are a lot cheaper.
I want patches with some blood on them. Give me some DNA of a superstar. You know, let's step it up here. Like, I want to see a bloody jersey cut up. I want the date on it, and I want it in a hockey card. And I want to have that guy's DNA in my house.
Patches from specific games, I think, would blow this hobby to the next level. Like if, and it doesn't have to be just a Stanley Cup. Like if you get a McDavid card, right? Now tell me if I'm wrong here, or if you guys don't think this would be cool. And it's a patch auto, and it's out of 10 or whatever, right? And on the back, it says, this card is a certified game used worn patch by Connor McDavid from a game in November 13th, 2018, where he had 2 goals and an assist and a 4-1 victory over the Vancouver Canucks or something like that.
Or
How
maybe not even
cool
that. Maybe not
would
even
that
that in depth. I 100% agree with you. Just say, hey, this is a card from such and such game on this date. That would be
But
sweet.
why not go that in depth, right?
Flex
Because then
it. Yeah, flex
can.
everything you got. You have those
Yeah.
connections. You have those networks. You have the NHLPA on speed dial on your phone, man. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Innovate. Sorry.
So then, okay. No, I get it. You said it out of 10. I'm going to go for the cheaper one and take the game on December 12th against the Minnesota Wild, where Connor McDavid had no goals, no assists, 1 shot. That's the one I'm going to get.
Yeah, but maybe even if that's the case though, and you don't have to put information that makes it look worse on there. If you have good information, put it.
Use
But
it.
here's my thought on that. It's like, let's say it's McDavid versus the Wild on this date. Let's say that's the first game you took your son to.
Yeah.
Well,
Bingo.
I mean,
I know. Now you're backtracking though, because that's exactly what I said when you said the first time. Though it would be fine with me, even if it was just the date of the game, and it was like, dude, I was at that game.
Yeah.
I love it. Yes, if you want to splurge and be like, it was a
Sure.
4-1 win over Vancouver, and he had a hat trick and 6 points.
I don't think
that's
it's
awesome.
splurging. I think it's just available data, and you're just presenting it, or you can choose to withhold it. But
That would
you
be
guys are
sweet if
saying
they
the
could
same
do
thing.
it. I'd be in.
or
That'd be
Phil,
great.
there's a SP limited auto patch that has, well, this all should be an SP game use, like really do that set.
Or the cup.
Or the couple when Brady Tkachuk gets his 1,000th point.
Yeah, I'm
the
all
game
over
you-
that.
Yeah.
I will drive 3 days for that card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just like it's.
Is there a point where, like, we are so, listen, I know Upper Deck listens to this. I know they do. Hi, how's it going? There are some moments sometimes where I feel, and listen, I will represent the hobby here. I will do it. We are so far away from each other of what we want and what you're providing. It's flabbergasting. And I'm a little guy in Ottawa with a little small business with under 10 employees, but sometimes like just mom and pop kind of stuff works. Like, I don't know, man. It's mind-blowing how we are so far apart on certain things. And look right above my head. I love you guys. It just blows my mind. Like it's just, and I get it. Oh, Phil, it's complicated. Oh, there's a gray area. Oh, we have to consult our lawyers. And look, I didn't even know words could be copyrighted. It's ridiculous how that whole, trading card companies are hypersensitive about trademarks, and as they should be. It's
Yeah, they
just,
should
Well,
be.
lawyers will talk you out of doing everything if you let them.
well, screw them. Enough.
Well, because the lawyer's job is to minimize your risk, and the easiest way to minimize the most risk is to do nothing, right? And so at some point, as a company, you have to stand up to your lawyers and say, "I get it, but we're doing this anyways." And I'm not even saying that Upper Deck isn't doing this. I'm just talking in general.
Yeah, no generalities here. I just like what Josh, how you just presented those scenarios.
Mhm.
That is That's not a little step up. That is a game changer. And they
it changes everything in the hobby. It makes these cards to the next level. And I'm guessing as a result, Upper Deck would be able to charge more for the boxes. So it'd be a
For
big win for them
sure.
too.
Sure.
Yeah, just like where's the middleman? Like, where's the guy to be like, okay, hockey hobby, we hear you, and then okay, Upper Deck, like a mediator, right? People mediate contracts. Why can't we mediate this? Because they don't have
Yeah.
to, right? They hold all the cards and have all the leverage, I guess.
I mean, since New Year's, think of the jerseys you could take right now. So since
The
New Year's, you could
possibilities
take
are endless, man.
you could take Patrick Kane's 1,300 NHL points, Mika Pajamadad 700 points. You could take that jersey. John Carlson just got 700 points. You could take his. Gibson 200
Yeah.
wins.
Someone's
Hellebuck just got 300 wins. Take those jerseys and do what Josh was saying there. Make them out of 10 or whatever you can get good. You know,
Well, and it's a way to continue to produce more of these hits and make them meaningful.
yeah.
Because the problem is the more sets and the more patch autos you have, they just become so watered down.
Watered
now,
down.
and actually, I'll give a little in fairness. I'm very excited for our conversation in a few days with Johnny from Mint Inc.
Mm.
out of the CDD conference. Here's where I'll be a little bit of a poopy butthurt boy. I really don't understand why we're not there. This is where I would, it's crazy to not invite us to something like that, in my opinion. But oh well, I mean, that's their prerogative. But I've gotten the sense from a number of people that maybe some of this is in the works and that was talked about there.
Awesome.
And so, it'll be great to get, maybe we need to ask these questions to Johnny for Thursday's show.
That'll be exciting. Josh, what's the acronym stand for? CDD?
Certified Diamond Dealer.
Perfect. There we go. Nice. So it's super important. And they also had guest passes. Our boy Carnes there, from Slab Sharks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Nice vacation. Yay.
Instagram. Ronnie Mac 1980. What players do y'all think are vastly underrated hobby-wise from the past and currently? We kind of went through this before, but we can talk about the past. I mean, I always come back to Phil Esposito and Marcel Dion are the obvious choices. Any other guys you want to throw in there?
No, there's lots. Howard Chuck, Francis, Dion's the boy. I'm going to give him a big hug when I see him. I mean, it might result in a restraining order, but
he deserves it.
Won't be your first. So.
Yeah. No, just add it to the list, brother.
Or won't be your last. Okay, Phil, put your glasses on. I need help with this next name. Christopher's Colosseums?
I think you got it. Colosseums?
Okay.
I don't know, man. I'm not as good as this as I thought I was.
Should Upper Deck create EPAC products for EPAC only, or at least a checklist for physical boxes and EPAC boxes separately? Well, Christopher's, they do create a couple products that are EPAC only. There is Flair Ultra, much to my dismay, but that is EPAC only. Ovation came out last year. That was an EPAC exclusive product. And I don't know about should the checklist be separate I think they should be together, but you should denote if there's different odds, or you should clearly say that this is a product that is both physical and non-EPAC. Do you guys have anything to add to that?
Nope. It's perfect.
Okay. Instagram, Cornmeal Rawson. How do the boys organize their PCs? Are certain cards on display while others are hidden? The only good solution I feel like I have that I'm really into is the TLBG, the Top Loader Binder Gang. I'm loving that, and it's actually making me want raw cards more than graded cards now. Yeah. Because I have nothing against. I actually like graded cards. I enjoy looking at my cards in the Top Loader Binder, and I don't enjoy slabs in a box.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. I got some cards on display on a shelf and stuff, but yeah, Top Loader Binder, easy to flip open. Take a look.
Big fan.
Okay. Instagram, Chan Man. Do you love the Chan Man? This commercial for the upcoming Four Nations face-off made me wonder if you think something like that or even the Olympics will have any real impact on the player's hobby interest. Or do they need to just score a big gold medal goal, winner OT for something to care or remember? Phil, what do you think?
I'm not feeling it right now. I want to feel it more when it's coming closer to the time for face-off. I think it'll come down to the quality of the games, and we'll be able to see if the players are engaged or not. Because, I mean, this is a break for them too in the middle of the season. Are they really going to go hard? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I want my Sens to make the playoffs more than I want Canada to beat Finland. I don't know how else to say that. Doesn't mean anything to me. Like, if Canada wins the Four Nations Cups, oh my God, it's great. That's cool. Yeah, I'm patriotic, but I don't know. It doesn't mean anything to me. Like, where's Russia? Where's Czech Republic? Right?
Yeah. I'm more excited about the Olympics, but I am also, I'd rather have Four Nations than nothing. You just have to wait to the Olympics. So
yeah, but it's a long
about you,
break
Louis?
now.
You're on mute, bud. You kept the streak alive. Way to go.
This has to succeed first in order for you to see any movement in a hobby. I don't know if it's gonna, but let's try to enjoy this. I think it's gonna be sweet if they go out there and play like they care.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Like Olmark is going to be starting or backup, or like, I don't want him playing in there. He's a man of glass. Oh, my back hurt. Like, you know what? This gives me PTSD from Hasek. Hasek went to the World Cup or the Olympics. He never came back to my team. Traded him. Boom. It's nightmare. I have nothing but trauma from this type of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Instagram, Josh Shame. God, struggling with the names today. Put me on
Josh
struggle.
Hashim.
Josh
Hashim.
Josh Hashim, darling. Josh. How big is a hockey hobby in comparison to other card hobbies? So I actually went through the thought exercise on this. Now, my first thought was, well, we just looked at the grading data from last year, and it was like a sixth of the size of maybe the other sports. But then I thought, maybe that's understating a little bit, because so much of the hockey, what makes hockey unique is it's like how it's much more, the Canada US thing part of it. And I know a lot of Canadians don't grade as much because of the whole border thing, which was why we're going to work with PSA Canada to, and it's cool that they're building a submission center in Canada as well. So I don't think I don't know, if I had to guess, this is purely a guess, I would say it's about a quarter to 30% of the size of other sports. I mean, how does that feel to you guys?
Small yet mighty.
There you go. Yeah, it is smaller. It's never. I don't think it's ever going to catch up, but I like it the way it is.
Yeah. Okay. Here's another interesting question. Instagram, EdLister82. Do you think box breaks will be seen as gambling and get monitored?
Coming.
Yes.
You think so?
Exclamation mark. LOL.
Now, here's where I think hockey again gets really interesting, because it's the divide between the US and Canada, going back to that. If the US puts restrictions on box breaks, does that just explode breaking in Canada? And I don't have a good feel for your government, Phil. Like, do you think that the regulations coming on the Canadian side on this too?
It depends who's in power. If it's going to be a new leader, I would see regulation. Actually, you know what? I really don't know. I do not know anymore. Up is not down, left is not right. And yeah, I don't know, man. Either way, I do know there's loopholes no matter what is legal, and we can always find websites. We'll figure something out. Yeah. The government will get involved in Canada way quicker than your government will. They get their grubby little paws on everything over here.
And this is not a question that somebody asked, but somebody did send us some information from Canada. I think 2 people sent it, where they're starting to get notices from eBay about that they're going to be reporting all sales to your tax bureau in Canada starting this month in January 2025. Has that been a big topic of conversation in Canada?
Oh, for sure, man. What a bunch of dorks. Oh, God. I'm moving down there. This is so crazy. Everything is handheld. You know, they cancel my bank card like once a week because I get gas like 40 minutes away from Ottawa. They're like, oh, sir, it's for your protection. Stop. Bunch of dodos, man. Oh, my. Everyone in this country's scared and their head is down. It's terrifying. Sorry, okay, let's go ahead.
All right. Instagram, ComAv Cards. Buying Series 2 with both Michkov and Celebrini confirmed, quote unquote. So I believe at this point, Celebrini may have been confirmed for Series 2. And I'm still going to assume Michkov will be an extended, which is a guess on my part. I have no insight. It just doesn't make sense given how they approached this last year to put them both in Series 2. Do you guys agree with that?
Right. Spread them out.
Last one. Instagram, Ryan Moss. He says, are we now as collectors responsible for doing our homework on what player autos look like when auto cards are handed out by a company at their official Diamond Dealer conference now, too?
Oh, did I miss him?
Oh, yeah.
Shots fired!
Yeah.
That's fired by Ryan at So at the Upper Decks Certified Diamond Dealer Conference, they gave out a Celebrini auto card, if you want to show that, Louis.
Yep.
And some people thought that the auto looks very suspiciously like Vince Dunn's auto. And it appears that it probably is.
Oh, no.
Mhm.
Billy put the wrong sticker on the wrong card.
Oh, come on. You can't Billy.
No, blame Billy for everything.
Yeah, like he's the only player.
Yeah, he's the only guy.
I like
yeah,
Billy.
Billy, what'd you do?
You know, it's the
Yeah, that's a good one.
another Billy moment. Even though he probably had nothing to do with it. I'm not going to be super cynical on this one. It is a mistake. That's a very bad look. And if you look at like Celebrini's auto, I should have provided that. It's different, and it looks very much like it is a Vince Dunn auto. If you got one of these, what I would assume you would do is contact customer support, and I'm sure they're working on a way to correct it. I never know like how to treat stuff like this. I mean, it's a company of human beings. Humans are
it's a mistake.
fallible.
It's a mistake.
We make mistakes. It's funny.
It is
but
hilarious.
I wouldn't, crucify them over
No.
this either.
No,
But
absolutely not.
if I was, I'd have a pit in my stomach if I was the person responsible for this project at Upper Deck.
Dusted for fingerprints. You know it's on there. You know there's fingerprints on that sticker, and it's gonna say Billy.
All right. Well, here I'll rub a little salt into the wound for somebody. No, not verified. Card Ladder, Terra Peak, anywhere. eBay's reporting one of these did sell at 5:30 p.m. Central Time yesterday. Technically today when we're recording. Wink, wink. For $477.
Well, it's a 2-for-1 special. You got Dunn and Celebrini.
Yeah, you get a Celebrini auto and a Vince Dunn or a rookie card and a Vince Dunn auto.
Yeah, and there's one currently on there for 16 bids right now at $212.50.
And again, I'm no auto expert, but when you look at Macklin Celebrini's autograph, it is very, very different. So, what I find it crazy is that people that recognize autos enough that can, I suppose it starts with like some Vince Dunn collector going, wait a minute, that's my guy. That's his auto. So,
We should play an auto game. Guess the autograph.
Dude,
good at that.
that would be fun.
That's a 99.9998% Vince Dunn auto on there.
All right, personal pickups. Phil, you buy
Nothing.
anything at the show today?
No.
Is that why you're crabby when you got back?
Oh no, I got my box. No, I haven't eaten. I'm hangry. I got my box bottoms. I forgot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty cool.
Show the last one. That's the best
You just
one.
did.
I'll show the last one when it's.
You gotta put them in highlight. Put us on.
Put you.
get rid
Can you
of
put
the
me on the
media,
main
Louis.
one?
You have a show? You know how to drive?
I don't want to do it. So look at that, hey? Box bottoms. Gretzky, Francis, Patty LaFontaine, Bobby Smith. That's the best one.
Are those in good condition?
Excellent condition, except for the piece of tape on the top of Ron.
Um,
These are I wouldn't have bought these. These are the best condition I've ever seen these in.
What did you pay for them?
$5 each.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, it's silly. Mike Gardner, good Ottawa boy. And
Can you
then
please cut one of them on Friday nights with Phil and try not to cut your finger off, but come close like you normally do.
come a
Nobody
little
wants-
bit closer to Phil. Yeah, okay, maybe that Ron
Oi.
Francis one.
You're,
And I should cut it and send it to PSA and see if they grade it.
They will.
I know. And what do you think it'll come back? A 2? Miscut
Probably.
2?
Probably. Well, yeah.
They'll probably send back a note. We saw
with your surgical hands. Yeah.
I'm a shaker. Not even to drink caffeine. It's bizarre.
Baba Louie, what's your personal pickups?
First one is this 24-25 Mike Modano Legends Rainbow.
Which one?
What did I say? 24-25?
No, we just can't see it.
Oh, I thought you were running the show here again.
Oh, no.
All right. Hey, there it is.
It's
24-25 Madonna Legends Rainbow Parkies Champions. Got that from Tori at the
Oh, you saw Tori. Nice.
at the expo.
Love Tori.
Minnesota Card.
Minnesota Card Show. Yes, that's it.
Did I tell you guys I saw Mike from VV Cards in Ottawa?
You did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I walk in my LCS. There's a guy from New York just sitting in Ottawa. He's like, Phil? I'm like, Mike, what the hell are you doing? His kid's going to one of the universities in Ottawa. It's weird. It's usually
nice.
we leave to go there, but whatever.
And then I can check this off my list. I finally completed what I wanted to complete and got my blue out of 10.
He got it.
20 Madonna stature auto.
Boy. Good job, Louie. I'm proud of you for getting it.
You got to show the rainbow like next show now. Like do.
You got to show the rainbow, Louie.
Yeah, Louie. Nice pickups, man.
Thank you.
I that Parker thing, I like it. Okay, I had one pickup in honor of the Flyers. I got another. I'm on this very Playmaker Theater kick. I got the Eric Lindros from 2012 Flair Retro. These are out of 100. It's raw. So I now have 3 Sakic, Lindros, and Phil's PC Brett Hall.
And I can verify they are sick.
Are you going for that wall on Slab Sharks on Thursday? Don't think I didn't see that.
Oh, really? I didn't see it.
Oh, well, you should go for it. Yeah, it's really nice. Good picture too. So there's probably going to be a lot of action on it.
Lot of action.
Lot of action on the Patrick.
Oh,
somehow every time we do a show, it's exactly 3 hours long.
I gotta pee. We gotta go.
Hey,
Okay.
we didn't even have an interview this show. We made it 3 hours. How about that? Pat on the back.
I was mumbly today. Yeah, a little grumpy. Apologize, good listener.
Mumbly.
Little mumbly, little dummy. I'm a little dummy today.
If you like the episode, please leave a rating and review on Apple, Spotify, whatever podcast app you listen to us on. If you love the show, you want to support with us, you want to chat with us more on the Hockey Cards Gongshow Discord server, please consider a $5 a month donation. Join our of $2.99 support level tier on Patreon. Link is in the show description in both YouTube and the podcast apps. In our Instagram, TikTok profile, you go to our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, click on the Become a Patron link, or just go to patreon.com and search for Hockey Cards Gongshow. We're on social media. Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. And boys, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast is a production of Dollarbox Ventures, LLC. Louis.
Hockey cards on fire, no holding us back. Josh looking sharp, the face of the scene. Feeling pork chop pants, rocking it clean. Baba Louie in the booth, he's the man with the plan. The best producer in all the land. Gong Show Nation, let's hit the flow. It's the Hockey Cards Gong Show. Let's go, let's go.